Our guest tonight is researcher James Lady.
Looking back on the life that you're leaving, let it rest in a hole in the ground. Stick around for the great revealing, or the fire you've been dancing around. All we hear is the sound of retreating. No one cares where you're coming from. My ears are still ringing and bleeding. I guess we all knew from the start. These are the days my heart goes numb. Yeah, one of these days will be the one. Looking for answers. Oh, what a disaster. These are the days my heart goes numb. My heart goes numb. Reading the fumes of the ashes, the spirits light up the night. Looking down the ocean.
We're live from the Untold Radio Network. It's Untold Radio AM with Monster Quest producer, host Doug Hajicek, and co-host Jeff Perrella Jr. Untold Radio AM is going live right now. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Yep, that's the ticket. Now here are your Untold Radio AM hosts, Doug Hajicek and Jeff Perrella Jr.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jeff and everybody.
Here
A little
we are.
late. Should we tell them what happened this time?
No.
No. Come on.
Okay.
Jeff
well,
sent
I
me Jeff
sent
sent
him the
me
wrong
a
link.
watch link so I could watch it, but I couldn't join.
Don't you want to watch the show?
I wanted to watch it, but I wanted to be in it.
I suppose that's kind of important.
Yeah, I know you had a rough day.
I'm all good.
Yeah, why don't you tell them what's doing? You started a new position.
Yeah, I started a new job. I'm working for a big auto dealer. So
Yeah.
been learning lots and did some training and just had a lot
It's
to learn.
stressful.
But it's going good. It's going great. Just
it is
it's a great
stressful.
company. You just have a lot to learn, and it's a lot of technical stuff that I'm learning. So I'm getting there.
But it's stressful.
Stressful, and it's been taking a lot of time. So I barely had enough time to get the show ready, but I got it ready. We're good.
Well, good. Anyhow, we are glad you joined us, everybody. We have a whole bunch of like crazy audio, pictures, videos from our upcoming guest, James Lady.
Got a lot of stuff from him. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. And he has been a researcher for a long time. He's with the Michigan Aboriginal Project.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll have a lot to share. And then we've got clip picks. We've got fun trivia. We have an advanced tech breakdown. We do actually. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is neat. Looking
Yeah,
forward to that.
yeah, it's advanced. If you're not really into this kind of technology, you may not want to watch. And
cool.
the weather's getting cold.
Yeah,
Summer's
fall is definitely
going-
here.
Yeah.
Summer is over.
What is it, like 7 months now until spring?
Yeah. Hopefully I'll have a motorcycle by then that runs. We'll see.
That's a whole nother story we got to get into.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to take you Thursday if you want. So
We'll see. We'll figure that out.
or this weekend or whatever. But
Yeah.
just bring it there and just drop it off.
That's what's going to end up happening.
Yeah.
I'm kind of past my abilities to figure it out. I've tried everything. So bring it to the pros.
Anyhow, but let's get underway here. We've gotten through that. Let's get into some Fast and weird news or weird and fast news?
Weird and fast.
It's weird and fast. All right.
Yep.
It's time for weird and fast news. Yeah! It's time for weird and fast news.
With those the screaming lips, is that how you felt when you put that little part on there and you turn the key?
Yeah,
Nothing
there were
happened?
some R-rated language. in my
R-rated?
garage.
Okay.
Adult language.
All right. First up in our weird and fast news.
Is this weird, fast, or weird and fast? Is it
It's
both
one
weird and
of
fast?
Yeah, it's some. I get mixed up. I'm dyslexic. So apparently there was a mystery of a squirrel, but they thought it was a rat that left a footprint in concrete. And there were scientists trying to figure out, oh my God, we got some really big rats going on. So researchers analyzed a viral footprint impression in Chicago that they thought it was a rat. And now they say it's more likely was an eastern gray squirrel that fell into the wet concrete. So there you go.
Interesting.
That's just a big story.
It's weird and fast.
It's definitely fast. and then our number 2 story is apparently an insect that was on the brink comes back. And this is called do you want to say it, Jeff? It starts with
Limnophilus patty caddisfly.
There you go. I could have done the caddisfly.
Sure.
You should have just done the first part and left the last part for me, but you hogged it all to yourself.
I'm helping.
Okay. Apparently this bug was long thought to be extinct in Britain since 2016. Now, how do you declare something, an insect, extinct? Well, I mean, who's like counts every bug and goes, uh-oh, the caddisfly is extinct.
What is a caddisfly? Bonus points. Does anybody know what a caddisfly is?
It's like a
I don't.
moth.
It looks like that right there.
Yeah, that's it. So apparently it was rediscovered in Wales. And this was reported by the Sun. And you know you can believe everything in the Sun, right?
Absolutely.
And then a weird sight was apparently caught by scientists, and they recorded this. And they recorded a bat, a nocturnal bat.
A 3-legged bat?
Well, yeah, that's it. See the band. Hey, we don't use AI in the show. AI would never do something.
An actual photograph of a 3-legged bat. Wow. That is weird.
That's what the article
It is
about.
fast and weird.
You had to point that out. I noticed it yesterday. But I'm like, no one's going to notice.
I didn't do this now.
Why? Okay. Anyhow.
Fire the photographer.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. No, I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. Okay. So apparently they recorded this bat diving from almost like a kilometer, 1.2 kilometers up, and it caught a bird, dragged it, and ate it in midair over a period of 23 minutes. So this bat caught a robin and ate it.
You use that third leg to hold on to the bat while it ate it.
Yeah, and apparently then it's its wings and fell to the ground. The poor robin.
That's
But
wild.
bats don't do this. But it was
I've
recorded.
never heard of a bat doing that. That's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, especially a 3-legged bat.
Yeah. How weird.
How do you know that's a leg?
Let's not go there. Family show.
Oh my God. Okay. Next.
Next.
Mole rats
With one.
apparently
2,
have
3,
jobs.
4 legs. 4 legs in each mole rat. That's good.
Yeah. You're counting all the legs.
Anatomically correct rats.
Yes. So apparently mole rats have been proven to actually have separate, different jobs. Okay. Now I witnessed this kind of with beavers and muskrats, where the muskrats and the beavers lived together, and the muskrats did all the bedding and didn't touch anything else, and the beavers did all the walls and the sides. So
Interesting.
rodents do things like this. So apparently the summary is that new research has found that naked mole rat colonies, these are naked, individuals consistently perform tasks like waste removal or cleaning a very specific chamber. So they had different roles. Specialized, one guy did the bathrooms,
Naked mole rat maid.
kitchen floor. Yeah. And they all have the correct amount of legs.
Yeah. Do they pay extra for a naked mole rat maid? I don't know.
Yeah. And then apparently, if you're like a wildlife researcher and you have a GPS collar on your animal, there is a new program called the Icarus program, and they are going to be gathering all in one place these GPS tags. They're going to be able to sort out 100,000 different tagged wild animals globally.
Wow.
So they're going to monitor migration, health, disease, patterns, climate impacts, and the amount of legs that they have.
Yes. And they teach dogs how to drive, apparently. That's amazing.
They drive red Porsches.
Yes. Amazing.
And they wear goggles.
It's a weird and fast
Did
dog.
you know? Okay, I want you to notice something. Every animal has their tongue sticking.
I did notice that. They're either happy or thirsty or something.
What the hell? AI does weird things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's tongue day.
That dog has two tongues. Not only can it drive, it has two tongues.
I was hoping you weren't going to. Oh, you're killing me, Jeff.
Oh, I'm glad I can make you laugh.
Okay. I'm laughing too much. Okay. The next article. Oh, shit. This picture's
We're having fun tonight. Hope everyone's having as much fun as Doug.
Okay.
I won't say anything funny about this sloth bear, I promise. Or will I? We'll see.
Okay. Oh, I gotta get a hold. Did you notice?
You're dying, man.
The feet are screwed up.
I did notice that. I wasn't going to mention it because you seem rather delicate right now, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Okay, I gotta
It's a
think of
weird and
something.
fast sloth.
I'm trying to think of something sad, okay?
It is sad.
Oh, geez. All right. So the apparently they put a prosthetic leg. on a sloth bear. So here's the summary. A sloth bear in India who lost. Why am I laughing? It's not funny. This isn't funny, Jeff.
It's unbearable.
This sun bear lost its hind paw. So apparently it lost it in a snare trap, and they fitted it with the first bear prosthetic leg. There you go.
Interesting.
All that laughing, and that's it. But look how screwed up the legs are.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Bear's
God.
pretty happy about it, though.
Well, yeah, he's adapted well. He's now very active.
Oh, no. I just looked ahead of the next picture. Are you ready for this?
Oh God, you're so white.
Okay.
Did
We
you
ready?
notice the tongue?
That's exactly what I was going to point out.
What in the hell is with this image creator?
Your,
Okay.
your photographer was drunk.
Yeah. Okay. Next, dinosaur was found with 3-foot neck spikes. It was newly discovered and apparently with a 20-foot long tongue. It says paleontologist uncovered you want to go ahead and say the name?
Spicamellis afer?
What? Say that 10 times.
Spicamellis afer.
Okay. And this is
ankylosaur in Morocco.
in Morocco. Good. Thank you.
That's a That's a tongue tie.
Yeah, with two, but you see three.
Yeah.
So it's fake news. Two enormous 3-foot spikes protruding from its neck.
Lickalotopus. Thanks, Greg. That's a good name. We're going to give Doug a heart attack
Oh,
tonight.
my
Holy
God.
smokes.
Oh, gosh. This was reported in Live Science News. Okay. We can no longer use AI images.
Probably for the best.
Well, the next one is good, but it doesn't have a tongue. So go ahead and put the next one up. Apparently, a scientist found a Clavellina ossipendi, a transparent sea squirt that looks like a skeletal panda.
A panda
With black
born
markings resembling eyes, white rib-like structures, making it very uncanny. All the organs are right on this one. What the hell?
tragically born without a tongue, apparently.
Smart, no tongue. What the hell? Okay, that's enough of that crap. I can't breathe.
Moving on.
Well, that's the idea, to make it entertaining. Well,
Weird and fast, man.
I was entertaining myself pretty bad.
Yeah, you had a good time.
I had what do they call that? I had a private party. Oh, you just like when you see somebody in a bar, they're dancing by themselves. It's
Yeah.
a personal party. That's what that's what I just had.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to ask everybody, do you guys want to do, I got trivia. And yes, I will be sending something. Let's see. I keep giving away all my Bigfoot artifacts. I don't have many left. Anyhow, we'll send something cool.
Okay.
Right? On trivia.
Not a prize.
Not a prize. No. It's
a
not a
raffle.
contest. It's not a prize. It's just a generosity. Right?
Looks like we got two options for audience trivia.
Yes. And you can do it on Halloween Legends or just fall. Like fall trivia. Everything you could ever want to know about fall.
So Halloween Legends or the fall. Why don't you make
So what do you guys
everybody
want
put
to
some
pick?
comments in?
Yeah.
We'll be back in 16 seconds.
It's now time for Untold Radio AM Audience Trivia. Who wants to play?
Damn, that's a lot of question marks.
Yeah. Why is my big head there?
Well, you want mine there?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I kind of like that. Let's see. That's Jeff. All right. Let's see here. What do you guys want? Halloween Legends? We got
looking like
one.
Halloween is
Halloween.
looks like Halloween is winning the
James. We have somebody goes, I want to play. James, you can play.
Yeah, let's get someone that hasn't played before. Let's get some new blood in here.
James has never.
Yep.
And Caillou's picked Halloween too. I think everybody's just Halloween Legends. So
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do then.
And Minxie, let's get Minxie in.
All that work for nothing.
I don't think Minxie's ever played before.
Okay, so it's okay. Hold on. Oh. You ever been so hungry you burp?
No.
I've been doing that's what I've been doing.
Perhaps you should eat something.
I think I'm slap happy today.
Sounds like it.
Jesus.
Maybe you need some sleep.
I did fall asleep in my office chair, but then I did get to bed about 5 for like an hour and a half. So officially, I had an hour and a half sleep. Officially. All right, so we got Minxie, and I'm now looking for the gentleman that said he was going to, and now it's gone.
There, James.
It's what is it?
James Noriega.
James Noriega. Okay. You're in charge of keeping score, Jeff.
I am.
Hell yeah, I can't do it.
Okay.
I'll get all mixed up. All right, I got to get to the Halloween legends. There's some good, cool questions here.
Trivia music.
All right, the first question. Perfect level. I love it.
I can't be taught.
It's got mood. All right, first question. The legend of the jack-o'-lantern originated in which country? Was it A, Ireland, B, Scotland, C, Germany, or D, England? So A, B, C, or D? First was Ireland, then Scotland, then Germany, or England?
James says Scotland, and Minxie says England.
And you guys got to keep going because you're both wrong. I was actually shocked by the answer. Is it Ireland, Scotland, Germany, or England?
Well, they both got it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of down to two more. Minxie, Ireland. That is correct. So
Yeah,
one for
that's
Minxie.
correct. And Loretta got it right. I see. Okay, so we got one for Minxie. Okay. All right, next. The Irish folklore of Stingy Jack tricked with he tricked with supernatural beings, leading to the jack-o'-lantern tradition. Was it a banshee, a witch, the devil, or a ghost? Irish folklore, Stingy Jack, tricked with supernatural beings, leading to the jack-o'-lantern tradition. Was it a banshee, a witch, the devil, or a ghost? Minxie says,
Right away with the right answer.
yeah, okay. Come on, James, get with the program. A lot of people got that right. All right. The headless horseman in the legend of the Sleepy Hollow is said to haunt which U.S. state? Pennsylvania, New York, Virginia, or Mass?
Fun fact, I was in that play when I was in
Oh, you were?
7th or 8th grade. Yeah,
Did you play the headless horseman?
I did not.
Did you play the jack-o'-lantern?
No, I played, I can't remember the characters I played. I was a very minor character.
Oh,
That was my big foray into junior high drama.
all right. So did you, James says
All right.
Pennsylvania.
James says Pennsylvania. What does Minxie say? Massachusetts. They're both wrong.
You're both wrong. Keep going. Is it Pennsylvania, New York, Virginia, or Mass?
What do you got to jump into the right answer here?
Yes, it's the headless horseman.
Minxie, New York.
Come on, James. Minxie's 3-0.
3-0. James is right, but Minxie beat him in.
All right.
3-0. Minxie got the lead right now, but it's anyone's game.
All right.
Not a game, not a contest, not a prize.
No. All right. In medieval Europe, people carved faces into turnips to do what? Mark the harvest, ward off evil spirits, guide travelers, or honor ancestors. In medieval Europe, people carved faces into turnips.
That's weird.
Was it to mark the harvest, ward off evil spirits, guide travelers, or honor ancestors?
Well, look at that. James is on the board with the right answer right out of the gate.
Good job.
Catching up. Good job.
Yeah, James got that one.
Minxie got it right too, but not quick enough.
Yeah. All right,
We got
next.
it right too.
What Celtic festival? Celtic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I say Celtic?
The basketball team says it's wrong. It pronounces it Celtics, and they're wrong. It's Celtic.
Celtic.
Hard C.
What ancient Celtic festival is considered the origin of Halloween? Is it the Beltane, the Boic?
Imbolc.
Shut. What you tell me? You do the answers then.
No.
Samhain.
Yeah, Sam
Let's
Hain
skip
or
it. No, just skip this question. It's a stupid question.
well,
I can't even pronounce any of the words.
Except Minxie was right out of the sheet, but before he even gave all the options,
Holy
jumped in with
crap.
the right answer.
All right.
I actually knew that one too.
You
So
did.
Minxie, 4-1.
Okay. Okay. According to legend, witches fly on broomsticks because they were farmers with brooms. It symbolized sweeping evil away, or it came from hallucinogenic rituals using broom handles, or it was popularized by children's books. According to legend, witches fly on broomsticks because they were farmers who used brooms, symbolized sweeping evil away. It came from hallucinogenic rituals using broom handles. It was popularized by children's books. And William says they couldn't get a plane ticket. Yes, that's why.
Carol said vacuums are too heavy.
Smart.
Hi,
Smart.
Carl, by the way. James says hallucinogenics. Minxie says popularized.
It's hallucinogenics.
James is right. So it is 4-2. James, you're catching up again. Nice job.
All right. Now, let's see here. I'm looking for a good one. How about... Yeah, that one's too easy. All right. The word witch comes from an Old English term meaning spirit, evil one, wise one, or dark soul. The word witch comes from an Old English term meaning spirit, evil one, wise one, or dark soul.
James says evil one. What makes he say?
Yeah, come on, Minxie.
Minxie is correct with
Yes.
wise one.
5-2.
5-2. I thought I was keeping score. Are you keeping score too?
I'm keeping score too.
Well, then I'm not.
No. Because all of a sudden I'll lose it.
All right.
I'm just like AI. I'll just start hallucinating.
Score.
Yeah. And I'll start putting 3 fingers on, or four fingers or 4 legs on bats. All right. Next one. The famous witch trials in Salem began in what year? Was it 1688, 1692, 1701, or 1710? 1688, 1692, 1701, or 1710. Those are the, what year were the famous witch trials in Salem? So Minxie got it right. Yes. 1692.
1710. Minxie 1690. Yep, Minxie's right. Boy, she is on fire.
Oh, I know what I'm going to give away. It just hit me. I'm going to give away a Bigfoot museum that you have to put together.
Oh,
Actually, you can have the Bigfoot Museum or the Cryptozoology Museum.
from Innovative Hobby Supply. Yep.
Yes, from Innovative Hobby Supply. You can have either one.
It's a kit for a little building. They're really cool.
And the Cryptozoology Museum's quite big. It's more expensive, but you need more space to display it. And the Bigfoot Museum will just fit on a little shelf. It's cool. That's what we're not giving away.
This is not a competition.
No,
It's not a prize.
I'm just gonna send one.
For no reason whatsoever.
No, right, for no reason. All right, just let's see here. In ancient times, people wore costumes on Halloween to do what? Was it to celebrate the harvest, impress the gods, disguise themselves from spirits, or scare away neighbors? Which one? Celebrate the harvest, impress the gods, disguise themselves from spirits, or scare away neighbors?
Minxie says disguise.
Yes, that
That
is correct. So did William.
is correct. Yep, James is right too, but I think Minxie got better internet.
Well, do you have good internet, James?
And she's pretty darn smart.
Yeah, well, it is hard when they both have the same answer. Then it's probably based on speed.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if they both get the same answer, we should just not give either one a point.
Well, now you tell me that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if they both get it right,
True.
so we just don't give either one. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, from now on, that's the way we got to do it.
All right, new rules. New
Yeah,
rules.
just make them up as we go.
We're not scorekeeping because it's not a contest.
It's not a contest. All right. According to legend, if you stare into a mirror on Halloween night, you might see what? Your future spouse, your death date, a ghostly reflection, or the devil. Which one? According to legend, if you stare into a mirror on Halloween night, you might see your future spouse, your death date, a ghostly reflection, or the devil. Which one? James goes, I have slow internet.
He was quick on that one, though. You know, I think I'm backing up. I'm pretty sure that they had the same answer right twice. So we're going to take 2 points away from Minxie, but she's still up 5-2. Minxie goes for your reflection. You are both incorrect.
Try again, whoever. Now this one, see who gets it right. I'll go through the answers again. Are you going to see your future spouse, your death date, a ghostly reflection, or the devil if you stare into a mirror on Halloween night? I know Jeff is going to try this. Right, Jeff?
Sure.
I'm not. Oh,
Okay,
God.
they've gotten everything except the right answer. So I think we
Oh.
got to call that a tie.
So, okay. So the answer is it's your future spouse.
Yeah.
So there you go.
If it was really scary, it would show your previous spouse. That'd be more Halloween-like, I think.
Yes, and there's another question. I can't pronounce any of the names, so I'm not doing it. Why don't you say one? You ask one of these questions.
All right. In some cultures, Halloween coincides with which festival honoring the dead? Dia de los Muertos, aka the Day of the Dead, All Saints Eve, Walpurgis Night, or the Ghost Festival?
And you should give them the English translation.
I did.
Well, do it again.
Well, I don't have to because
I want you to.
got it right.
Who did?
Minxie got it right. Day of the Dead, Mexican Day of the Dead. James said All Saints Eve, which
Okay,
is
so
incorrect,
Minxie got it
unfortunately.
right.
So
Got it.
Minxie, a point for Minxie.
All right. And this one, the first one to get it. This is too easy. In Transylvanian legend, vampires could be stopped by what? Crossroads, a wooden stake through the heart, fire, or silver coins. Now we're going to see who's got the quickest internet. Is it crossroads, a wooden stake through the heart, fire, or silver coins? How do you stop a vampire?
James, point for James. You got in quick.
Wow.
Point for James.
All right. So what's the score?
It is 5-3.
5-3. All right. A hallowed festival is called All Hallows Evening.
Oh, you say that again.
Oh no. I told you I was hallucinating.
You are.
The word Halloween
You've been
is short.
you've been drinking tonight, Doug? You've been
No, I haven't. I swear.
one of these?
I'm just no. I'm
Doug
just.
is not a drinker.
I'm slap happy.
I can assure you of that.
Okay. The word Halloween is a shortened form of the Hallowed Festival, All Hallows Evening, Holy Night, or Spirits Eve? Hallowed Festival, All Hallows Evening, Holy Night, or Spirits Eve? So what's the shortened form of Halloween?
Yep, they both got it. So
Oh, okay.
no points awarded.
Points, you terminated each other. All right. In Scottish folklore, the night before Halloween was known as A, the Witch's Watch, B, Nutcrack Night. What? Okay. C, Harvest End, or D, Fire Feast. So is it Witch's Watch, Nutcrack Night, Harvest End, or Fire Feast? In the Scottish folklore, the night before Halloween, what was it known as? What the hell is OW, Carl?
John said, Doug,
I didn't have no
gummy
bag of
soup.
gum. I've never even tried a gummy.
All right.
I don't
James
want
said
to.
Harvest End. Minxie said Witch's Watch. Both wrong.
John, I'm just too much fun, just completely stone cold sober. Trust
I
me.
believe you.
Okay, what do we got? Who got it?
Neither. Both wrong.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine why, too. Go, just keep going. Which one? Is it Witch's Watch, Nutcrack Night, Harvest End, or Fire Feast?
Minxie said Fire.
Carl goes, I'll pass on Nutcrack Night. Yeah, I would too.
All right.
William says he has no idea. Teresa says Witch's Watch.
Fire Feast. You know what? I think we're going to have a collective fail.
It's
Fail.
Nutcrack
It is
Night,
Nutcrack
people.
Night.
I
They do
guess
things
where you
different,
get
Scott.
cracked in the nuts.
You said it, not me.
I,
Well, they do things different in Scotland.
yeah, get cracked in the nuts. All right, so who won?
Minxie. So Minxie, please send me your I might have it already, but please send it to me again. I'm posting up my email.
And you
Just
got to tell
me.
us, do you want the Cryptozoology Museum? It's the future museum of Lauren Coleman, or do you want the smaller kind of roadside Bigfoot museum? Let Jeff know.
Yep. So yeah, just need your real name and mailing address. Please
And you
email me at jeffp@untoldradioam.com. And
Yep.
congratulations. Even though there's nothing to win because it's not a contest.
No,
Not a
right.
prize.
Nothing. Zero. It's just feel like sending it.
Yeah.
To somebody who knows trivia.
All right.
That's it.
And it is time to turn off the mood music. No more
Oh.
music.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on.
Weird fact of the week.
Weird fact of the week.
It's now time for Untold Radio Weird Fact of the Week. That is kind of weird.
Let's
Since
kinda
we're-
get into it.
Since
Get
we
into
were
it.
talking about long tongues, right? You like that music?
Yeah, funky. All right. Where's
Funky
that
music.
picture?
Weird fact of the week. It's about tongues.
It is.
See? We're sticking with a theme here. People don't notice these things. There's a theme. All night, it's a theme. A giraffe's tongue can be over 50 centimeters long. That is 1.7 feet. That's long enough to lick their own ears. And their tongues are dark, bluish purple. Do you know why, Jeff?
I do because I read, but
Oh.
I cheated. I didn't know until
It
I
helps
read the notes.
protect the tongue from getting sunburned
That actually makes a lot of sense.
because it's out all the time. It's
Imagine
hanging
getting a sunburned tongue.
out. I couldn't imagine that.
Oh man, that would be miserable.
Yeah, try it. You could be the
Okay.
first. You could be the first white guy to try to get a sunburned tongue.
No, thank you. That doesn't
I can
sound
get in the
fun.
World Book of Records. Just
All right. Well,
yeah.
looks like we got James.
I wasn't even done.
I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
I was done.
I thought so.
Okay, anyhow. But it's a long tongue, and they grab leaves.
Yes.
But the fact it's 1.7 feet long, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
20 inches.
That's 1.7
Would
feet.
you like to have a 20-inch tongue?
That's, boy, we're getting, I don't no comment.
All right. The next is something we call creepy facts.
Okay.
This is just for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
As we're approaching. Creepy facts.
Creepy facts.
It's time for Untold Radio AM Creepy Facts.
We need to talk to the art department again. Okay. All right. So this is just for Halloween fans. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made from turnips before pumpkins. Hard to believe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The Irish carved scary faces into turnips and beets. Forgot about the beets. To scare away evil spirits. The glow came from a piece of burning coal inside. So there you go. And witches flying came from hallucinogenic. Oh, geez. This is like redundant crap. It was in our trivia.
I didn't read these notes.
Well, sometimes I screw up. But I think there's a little more info here. Hang on.
Doug was.
Oh, I'm just a screw up tonight. So apparently, okay, so witches flying came from hallucinogenic herbs. Some historians say medieval witches rubbed broomsticks with flying ornaments made from plants like belladonna, and henbane,
Yeah.
herbs that cause vivid hallucinations of flight. The broom handle is where they applied the.
Did not know that.
Yes. So see, that wasn't in the trivia.
Sort of.
So apparently Victorians took ghost photos and believed them in the 1800s. Photographers created fake spirit photographs using double exposures. Families would pose with what appeared to be a ghostly loved one, convinced the afterlife was captured on film. So they would trick people.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Number 4, weird fact, and thank God it's the last weird, creepy fact. Real skulls were once used in Halloween rituals. Ancient Celtic tribes sometimes kept and displayed skulls of ancestors or enemies as protection, charms during, how do you say that?
I can't remember how to say it. Make me put it out. I can't remember.
Samhain?
No, I'm saying it wrong.
Samhain? Whatever. They believe the skulls could ward off spirits and ensure good fortune for the new year. And then last but not least, pumpkin spiders are real. And apparently, there's a real species called this pumpkin spider, and you can take a crack at that scientific name.
Irenaeus diadematus.
They're big, bright orange spiders that often build large webs around the Halloween season. Luckily, they're harmless, right?
Most spiders are.
Yes. And they're orange. There you go. The pumpkin spider.
Yeah.
See, now you have something new to talk about it. You know, when you're carving pumpkins, you can scare kids. Say, "Oop, I just saw a pumpkin spider."
All right. It's getting close to 8. Should we save the clips for next week? We got James ready to go back there.
Well, I don't have to do clips. Let's see if there's one I want to do.
I got that not deer clip. You want to look at that one?
The what clip?
The not deer?
Yeah, that was kind of weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got that ready to go here.
It's a dwarf deer, and I don't think it's AI. I'm pretty sure it's real. And me and Jeff saw something similar, but what we saw, I don't think had any deformities.
This looks well. Here, let's show everybody what we're talking about here. Give me 1 second to pull that up.
And I think this deer was with another full-size whitetail. It kind of runs off.
It's deformed and miniature.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely not a fawn.
No.
Fawns are shaped different and colored way different. So it looks like a deformed adult. But what we saw was not deformed, was perfectly proportioned. It looked like a miniature.
It was smaller than that.
Yeah, it was tiny. It looked like a miniature, like if you shrunk an adult deer. It was perfectly shaped like a deer. It was not, it's like I said, it did not look malformed, nothing. It was weird.
All right. Well, let's do tech breakdown.
Yeah, do that quick.
This is kind of an interesting one, but it's a little complex. It's more of an advanced one. Go ahead.
Okay. Where'd you go? Your mic's off.
I was waiting for you to do your thing.
Oh, yeah. What the heck is wrong with me? You know what? I don't have that queued up.
We don't need to. That's fine. Tech breakdown. All right. So what I want to talk about.
Right at the wrong place.
All right. Well, we don't need it. We're good.
Good.
So what I want to talk about, it's something a little more advanced. This is meant for more advanced researchers that have a real DIY spirit, even though this isn't really that complicated, because you can go to their site, you can get all the information. What I'm going to do is kind of just push you towards this. This is something called an audio moth. This is what scientists use to record audio of frogs, insects, very fine sounds, because it goes into a very high frequency range and it gets down quite low. And you can easily make this an infrasound recorder and record through the entire spectrum. And it's not that expensive. I think you can do it for about, like everything all thrown in, about $200. Right?
Yeah, and it's tiny.
Yeah, it's quite tiny.
I put the name. It's spelled Audio Moth 2.0. So if you want to search for that, I put it up in the comments in the screen there.
And okay, so this is called, it's a tiny it's called an open source recorder. And yes, you can get a little waterproof case that's IP7 rated, so it's completely waterproof. And you can put this little, that's kind of what the unit looks like. And you can even, I mean, it's got other jacks for other mics. It's got all sorts of cool things. And the batteries last a really long time, and it just runs on AAA batteries. Or is it AA? I don't know if it's AAA or AA. Anyhow, so it's an open source mic, which means you'll be able to get tons of help if there's something you want to do cool with it. And so if you can pair this now with a DIY infrasound recorder that you can make very quickly, and I'm going to have Jeff in the notes tonight. Jeff, don't forget, I've put a lot of links or names of the actual processors and the mics that they need to be able to turn this into a full spectrum audio recorder. Okay.
Okay, I'll put those links in the description when it goes up. Okay, change that.
Yeah. So apparently, this thing goes from like 20 hertz all the way to 20 kilohertz. So that's quite a range, and then you can go way below using a few things. Okay, it's powered by 3 AA batteries.
Pretty gadget.
Go ahead and throw that one up where it shows the waterproof case.
Okay.
There it is. And this is for the Audio Moth, specifically made for it. So what you can do now, if you want to do the infrasound module, you need to get a couple of things. You need to get a option B, they call it a barometric or MEMS pressure sensor for true infrasound recording. And it's a Bosch number BME 280, or you can get a BMP 390, and that records from 0 hertz to 20. So you can really get down into infrasound. And I'm really hoping some researchers hear my words, get on this, because a lot of people are working in really active areas. And for $200, you can build just the ultimate audio recorder, right?
Yeah,
Because
cool.
it'll record, Bigfoots are known for the really high notes and really high whistles all the way down into the infrasound range. And so that's kind of what this will do. And it records and samples at a bit rate that's just incredible. It samples at rates at 384 kilohertz. And it needs just a standard micro SD card. And you can convert this into a full spectrum recorder. And it also takes USB microphones. So there's a number of jacks, but on their site, on the actual site of the Moth, there's just so much help that you can get. You can converse with other scientists and people and how to do different things. So that's it.
Cool.
Cool. All right, James Lady. Are we ready for James?
Yep.
I think so. James Lady, we did have him on once before for a short time. James Lady heads up the Michigan Aboriginal Project and is avidly collecting evidence. Not only like stick structures, but audio recordings, video, thermals. And he, like myself, kind of believes that these creatures kind of live or visit the edges of suburbs, forest areas. So on the edges, you don't have to be out in the middle of nowhere. You don't have to be at Snellgrove, for instance, to get
Right.
Bigfoot activity. You can be in the suburbs as long as there's forest corridors. So his website is MichiganAboriginal.com. So beyond that, I guess James will kind of explain his background. Let's go ahead and get him on.
Okay. All right, and welcome, James.
Thank
Hello.
you, gentlemen.
Hey, James, how
How
are
are you?
you?
Doing well. Nice to connect in person once again. It's been a few
Yeah, I
years.
was hoping you'd be in front of a fire.
Well, look at that.
Oh,
I am.
geez.
Look at
Scoot
that.
your damn. Can you
Awesome.
scoot over there? We
Beautiful.
got to do this.
Yeah, right.
That's beautiful.
I shut off our front room here with the French doors, and I've had to open a window, so I get a little nice chilly fall air and
Nice. Love it.
the warmth of the fire. Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
And you have this amazing voice, James. It's this low, smooth, calm voice.
Well,
Can
thank
you?
very
But
much.
I want to make sure our audience can hear you really good. So speak up.
All right, I
Because
shall.
we're
I'll
yeah,
try
we're
to be
gonna have.
mindful.
we're
I
gonna
am
have-
a soft speaker. I
You
apologize.
are,
And
but
I'm
you have a
to
smooth.
be,
I mean,
so heads up for that.
I would die for your voice.
Let's see if
Yeah.
I can.
Anyhow,
You're very kind. Thank you.
so okay, you only do your work in Michigan, but then the other day you sent me a link because you were visiting somebody.
Yeah, my wife grew up in Richfield, and
Yeah.
my sister-in-law, is still there. She lives in an adult foster care facility. She's special needs. So for past few years, since I've been accompanying my wife to Minnesota, I wanted to go and explore this little Wood Lake nature area. And not 100 yards into it, I finally had the opportunity this past August, and I found structures that I look for in these places. And you're right, Doug. You can, in these little greenways, even in our suburbs, and they're all connected by the waterways, by the way.
Yep.
This greenway is an offshoot of that. Much like I just collected some audio from Southfield, Michigan. There's a place called Bowervik Woods Park. It's a public park, and kids play there and during the day. And at night, it's interesting what you will pick up. And you talk about infrasound recordings with the Moth device. I believe I've captured some of that. Once I'm done completing the audio from my Southfield surveillance recent, I can send and share some of that. But even in the raw format, as it's captured, I get some very, very low, what I believe are vocalizations or some maybe some other universal outer space sort of communication.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've heard some really weird things in my simple quest to just to see one, and my quest to simply see one of these beings. Once back in 2016, I had learned that in fact, that they were real just by my own wits and reckoning. So, and what I've learned is there is a suburban Sasquatch phenomenon, as evidence in my recording captures.
Well, you recorded some, like, it sounds like talking.
Yeah, there are two expressions. I categorize these expressions that I captured in Richfield at the Woodlake Center as conventional speech. There's one I sent you that says it's sort of a soft, hushy, loud whisper, says wahit, something like that. And moments before that, I don't know to what extent you've analyzed the clip, but there are what I call verifying vocal elements that I also associate with these beings. So yeah, the conventional speech coupled with that other esoteric stuff that's really very difficult to detect and pick up, but I've been doing this for going on over 7 years now.
James, is there a way to like adjust your microphone a little bit? I know I see it hanging.
I can try to hold. Let's
Yeah.
see what I can do here.
It looks like
Yeah,
your wire is gone. People are having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, well, glad for the feedback. Thank you. I'll be
there
more
we go.
mindful. Yeah, that's right. I'll hold it up in front of me.
Oh, there you go. That's no problem.
Much better.
Great. Good. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So I explore. This is what I do in my free time. If I have some
Right.
free time, I go and I was just driving back from my stepdaughter's wedding out on the west side of Detroit in the western burbs, and we had spent the night out there. And on the way home, I dropped by and took a little hike and witnessed some wildlife, some trophy bucks in this little plot of land. It's quite a few acres, but it's no more than I would say not even a half mile long, maybe a quarter mile.
Do you want to play that clip from that?
Sure. I've got, they're titled by the date. Do you know which date that recording is?
Yeah. Well, it would have to be, there are two clips that look black. One's 20 seconds. The other is 19 seconds. I believe the 19-second clip with that black spectrogram sort of icon has the wahit. And the other one, which I super love because it's one of my recordings that I've captured that is reminiscent of the Sierra sounds, of one of the vocals that we've heard in the Sierra sounds. And that one says something like Nun Hassan Yacht or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure which is which here. Like I said, they're all just, the videos are titled by the date.
Okay.
Well, let's see here. If I can do some digging, I might be able to figure that out. Give me a second here. Go ahead, continue on. I'm going to keep looking here for it.
Yeah, not a problem. So anyway, that's what I do for kicks and giggles in my spare time.
Yeah,
I
well,
take little hikes.
That reminds me of Carl Supp does that. He travels, for a living, and then every time, instead of sitting around the hotel, he goes out and finds a plot of woods.
Oh, that's great.
And he goes out and he also finds, many stick structures, and hears things and has rocks thrown at him in these suburban edges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Richfield, is a classic example of one of those places where you have access. It looked a little more landlocked than I could figure. Maybe it's not, but I know it's part of a water system because it holds those ponds in there. And it's so close to downtown Minneapolis.
Well, let's go through. Why would they be in there? One, I mean, I believe, there's no hunting.
Mm-hmm.
There's dogs have to be on leashes.
Yeah, there are deer in there, so there's food.
No camping, lots of food, lots of game.
Yeah, there's a ton of cattails, and I know the cattail is 100% edible.
Yep.
And there are fish, turtles, frogs, rodents, anything you can imagine. And I'm certain the numbers of them aren't really extensive, as in, like, when I go up north, I go into a valley, and the numbers, I've collected some vocalizations from multiple subjects from what seems to be throughout the valley. There's a 52-second clip, Jeff, that I sent you I call these the Michigan Valley Voices. It's civil discourse, and it's they speak not only with conventional speech, but with other vocal modalities like a call, a whoop, a siren sound call, the whistles, the knocks, which I contend are vocals. And you have different. I find that when
there's something else that we're all missing. These parks are always closed at night.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed in there.
Yeah, and dogs must be on a leash.
Yeah.
Right.
So people are just vacant from these areas. So they have the whole area to themselves to hunt, to do whatever they want to do, and there's nobody in there.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we just start throwing stuff up?
That's
yeah.
fine.
I'm sorry. I just
Jeff, I'm getting dizzy watching these things go by. So just go ahead and we'll just put something up, and
I can tell you the backstory.
Yeah, he'll recognize it.
Okay.
Tell us the backstory.
So let's just do these. Okay.
People want to see the stuff he's been collecting. Doesn't matter where you start.
Yeah, people want to see. They can check out the YouTube channel. I've got a ton of stuff, and quite honestly, the stuff I publish there, and people ask this all the time, it really is a small fraction of the actual footage that I've gained out in the woods with verifiable vocal elements in them. They speak a lot, but they speak in a very esoteric kind of way. And when we're lucky, this is that 52 seconds. This is what I call the Michigan Valley Voices. The recorder was kicked off by what I would say is a knock. It's at the very beginning of the clip, and you'll hear shortly after that a call, then a siren call, and some other vocals among multiple subjects, both near and afar from the recorder placement.
Okay.
We're not hearing anything, Jeff.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a function of the system, and I was excluded, but I can't hear anything. Yeah.
No, Jeff, you need to.
I can hear it on my side here.
You have to share the audio with us. It's no different than playing any other clip.
Yeah, it is actually. It's a little bit different format than normal, but that's okay. We'll try to figure this out here. You're not hearing anything at all?
Yeah. Why don't you play one of? I know you played one of our clip picks, and we could hear the audio.
Okay. Well, let's try this one here. The problem is these are. I think these are on. Okay, this one I know I can play.
How do you know that?
Format. It's the MOV format. Apparently, this doesn't like this format of file. Let me.
I can. I have the clip here. That's not going to. The fidelity is going to be somewhat compromised over my mouthpiece, I'm sure, but I can play it.
So, Jeff, do you have any clips?
I do. I have lots of them. I'm just having a hard time getting them to play here. All right. So
okay. This is a different clip. This is up in the UP, and this is the audio. The walkthrough on here, the video is actually, I think it's my first, maybe it was my second time through this. This is what I call a wallow. It's a place where I find concentrations, and this is, as a matter of fact, up in the UP, it's the largest concentrations of stick structures. And I accompany this video with audio I captured later that night from this place, from the same place you see.
Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Crazy audio. Mm-hmm. So this audio though is you just superimposed it on this
Correct.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah.
That audio's crazy.
It's super creepy. And you can hear a subject barking as it leaves. The structure on the left, now near the middle of that's exactly where I placed the recorder, right on the left side there. And the tree farthest to the left is the at the base. That's where I stuck the recorder, at the base of that tree on the far left. And earlier that time, oh, Christine Murphy, hey. Oh, she lives in wow, you're a lot closer than I thought, Christine. She's 15 minutes from me, if that. Oh, is she up north now?
Yeah.
What's next, Jeff?
All right, I'm trying to get these clips to play.
So you have to play them first?
Yeah, it's a different format than I usually get here, so I'm just trying to get.
I got you.
I got another one here.
Yeah, that's some really scary.
Why don't we put up
stuff.
some still pictures and start out there and kind of get
All right, here's a clip.
warmed up?
Okay, this clip was captured, I think it was last year, 2024. It's the first time I ever got any vocalizations of this nature. You'll hear this like a percussive, almost like an incantation type cadence. And at the 9-second mark of this one, I shared with you earlier, Jeff, you'll hear some vocalization, a voice that sounds like Chippewa, and then it's another voices after that sounds like in this house or something like that. But you can hear these like pixie voices nearby, and it was captured within 50 feet of this scene here with the stream.
Is there so there is a water source, there is a stream?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
And there's a structure at where I laid the recorder, and that's about 50 feet from this spot here.
All right, Jeff, see if you can play it. Those percussive sounds are amazing.
Yeah. And along the lines of the percussive sounds, I did get some gunshot vocals. I sent that clip to you as well, Jeff. It's just a 7-second clip, but it captures one of these beings doing the gunshot thing. And in the foreground where the recorder is, it seems that there are these pixie voices kind of keeping in cadence with the cadence of the gunshot sounds.
So your method has been go into these areas, find structures, and leave an audio recorder at night.
That's it.
Right, overnight. Okay.
And I'm cozy back at my campsite. I don't go out at night. Number one, we don't know fully what we're dealing with.
Right.
I know they've never harmed me, but they've scared the heck out of me.
So those are not daytime audio. He's just using footage, daytime video of the area, and then he's putting the nighttime audio in.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These file formats are kind of
we'll get through it.
To play together here.
Take your time. I'm not stressed about it. And if I share, I think I've shared that most recent vocal clip on my my Facebook channel. There are some evidence.
Well, you can play something on your phone and put it right up to your mic, and we'll probably be able to hear it really good.
Let's try that. I call these the Michigan Valley Voices. This is the first clip that we. That was the siren song.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, truly otherworldly. And it's like, what is going on here? So what are we dealing with?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I've heard these otherworldly sounds myself. The last time I found a stick structure in a suburban area, we left a recorder overnight, and 3 a.m, wood knocks, rock throws, and you're like, nobody's out there at night. Wood knocking. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It really is. Do you have that gunshot sound?
Let me dig it up.
Mentioned. Now,
It'll be
we've
more
called
difficult
those
to hear.
thunder knocks. There's a lot of names for them.
Okay. Understandable, the name.
They're loud.
It's just a 7. I'm looking for timestamps here.
No, that's fine.
Here it is, 7 seconds.
But it does come through pretty good with the
Okay,
system
good.
you're using.
Try to listen as the cadence of the gunshot. I think there may be 6 or 7 or something like that. But,
Okay.
they're in the foreground where the recorder is. There seems to be a gathering of youth, and they do have a very high pixie-like voice that I hope you can hear. You can hear it in other recordings of mine, especially at the very end of "In the Midst." As it's 10 minutes. I've only published 2 10-minute audios, different versions of the same footage. And you can hear at the very end a little pixie voice that says Ober Kebab. And prior to that, you hear some other stuff that sounds angelic. And prior to that, you have stuff that sounds, demonic.
Well, go ahead and play them,
I don't
James.
know. All right, so here's the gunshot salvo, and it should repeat, I think. Yeah, you're the viewer. The sun is king. So the sounds are from another dimension.
Yeah,
I'm totally open to that concept. I really am, because
it's weird.
often I don't see the 10 minutes that I published was an encounter that I didn't realize was happening until the 4 minute 53 seconds of that 10 minutes. Thank you, Christine. Back at you. I'm totally ADD, so I was. What was I talking about?
We were talking about the gunshot.
The 10 minutes. The 10-minute audio that I had, and I didn't know I was having an encounter until the 4 minute 53 when it became really very vocal. I just want to say that I never saw a thing that night. I heard a lot, and I felt a lot. There was one of the vocalizations. It sounded like a big dumpster being dropped onto concrete, like a big empty dumpster. It had that sort of voluminous boom, and I felt the percussive impact of that.
Wow.
That happens around the 5 minute mark of the 10 minute. Carl Supp. Is this the gentleman that?
Yep, he's your
not
southwestern counterpart.
Right on. Oh, nice to meet you, Carl.
You
We'll have
guys
to
need to
connect
meet.
somehow. Yeah, I'd love that. Believe me, I don't talk about this at home, so any chance I get to talk with anybody about this stuff.
Yeah,
My
Carl's
wife
awesome.
still thinks I'm kind of crazy, but
He's extremely devoted. Everywhere he goes, he's out in the woods
beautiful.
trying to find a little spot, where he can find Bigfoot signs and activity.
Yeah, you don't have to go
He's a
too
great
far.
guy.
No,
As he knows.
you don't.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is look at a Google map, even in my own area, and I'll go, oh, here's a railroad track, here's a stream, here's even a walking path in a state park. Here's where they all come together, and by God, you go out there, and you'll find a structure, even though the structure might be in a swamp, in the middle of a swamp. Kids are not going out there building these, where there's standing water.
Yeah.
But these things will. And the other thing I've noticed, James, maybe you have too, I often find them right next to a deer trail.
Oh yeah, 100%. The structure, I found 3 new structures in Southfield at Bowervik last Sunday. Bugged one of them, and it is literally, I think it might even be touching the trail. Same thing with Barton Nature area around Ann Arbor, where I birthed my recording project. I have recorded the hum. Oh yeah, yes I have. As a matter of fact, most recently in Southfield, I have the hum.
Well, how did you hear about the hum?
I just heard the hum. I've heard other people say they've experienced a humming,
Okay.
and I've recorded it, and it's very deep.
Is there anything you
resonant.
can find on that, or? I mean, we're open. We just want to hear audio. We want to hear your stuff.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to.
I know.
Oh well,
Jeff could do it too. Jeff, if you got it on your phone, you could.
Yeah.
There's a million ways to do this.
Yeah. Which one? I just need to know which one you're talking
Well,
about.
just play any of them. We don't care.
Of those that I sent
And
to
he
Jeff,
can tell
I don't
us what
think
they
I can
were.
say the hum is in there. However, maybe that 35-second clip.
Yeah, I can't really see that the way.
Well, I have the 35-second clip. Now this is weird, and I haven't really made this too public. I've shared privately with just a few people, a handful. This has conventional speech. You'll in the clicking, the melodic clicking and clucking, and it does have a very, very low tone vocal that's complemented by other stuff going around it. I'm not familiar with the Taoist hum for
I don't
Mr.
either.
Robinson. Let's listen to this. 35 seconds. This is captured from the same TP as the Michigan Valley Voices, which we just heard a little bit ago, before the gunshots, I think. And so this is another example of civil discourse, and a very coordinated, structured sort of communication between multiple subjects around the area. We'll play that now. More coming. Wait, one more time.
So, what do you think we're hearing, James?
I think we're hearing a meeting, for lack of a better explanation or answer to that question. It's civil discourse. It's respectful of one another. It seems it has structure. So
they're doing this kind of a clicking.
Yeah, it's just another vocal modality. Eventually this conversation, and I'm already there. The biblical correlations with the beings of an unseen realm or a supernatural realm are part of the greater echelon of God's creation, if you will.
So somebody had mentioned it sounds like two bucks fighting.
Yeah, I can understand that, because you have the contact, the clicking sounds, as you might experience with. But I've watched two bucks, as a matter of fact, spar with one another, and this is quite different. The vocals that I've captured, and you can hear conventional speech in there, and you can hear two very low voices. One's when you look at that audio on the spectrogram, there's a reason why I really haven't published it yet, because it's really, when you think about the implications of what's going on, whether it be from a different dimension or actual, beings in the flesh communicating, which I think they probably both could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm simply a student of this subject. I don't have all the answers, but this stuff is for real, and I get the weirdest, most amazing stuff.
Well, what's the weirdest recordings you've made?
Well, I haven't made any. I've collected audio.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, audio. I call them audio gems. The weirdest. Okay, here's something. I'll share something that I've never published.
All right.
And I think this is it. It's just a 10-second, but it will clip. And this is from the same TP, different year. I forget which year. It's a few years old. Same TP as the Michigan Valley vocals and that clip that we recently played. So get a listen to this. So that's creepy.
Yeah, you can almost hear it coming from deep in their chest. I mean, these sounds there's just a different feel. I mean, it's not like just a click or a touch on the thing. I mean, you're picking up kind of these deep tones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of hard.
It's a combination of all. Part of that same clip, I have 3 different segments. If you can see here.
You got a lot of stuff.
These 3, yeah. This is just my Michigan Aboriginal folder. I've got 380 files, clips. Not all are audio file. Let's listen to that weirdness at the end.
Okay.
Let's go at the beginning. Yep. Just got it down.
Percussive speech.
So, yeah, it's very weird. And here's the last segment of that. So. So whatever Zingawe, there are 2 subjects there. One saying Zingawe, and another one saying sounds like refugee or something like that.
We need to get you together also with David, because he has a lot of percussive speech recordings.
Yeah, great.
And he's always looking for comparatives in different parts of the country.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think I've got a ton of that stuff. And it's interesting. It's, I don't know exactly. I can't say exactly what either Mike Patterson or Ron Moorhead have captured. I believe the vocals are genuine by my read, especially Ron Moorhead's. There's no doubt that is some real stuff. Mike Patterson's. I did get an email from someone out of the blue saying, "Hey, beware." I don't know. I form my own opinions, and until I have a reason to objectively the PS objectively discredit something, it seems real to me.
Here's David. David's here in the chat. So David, you need to get together with James.
We know how to.
David's watching.
Good.
So, and he said, yes, he's heard the percussive speech himself also.
Yeah, it's bizarre. And I think I don't believe we're dealing with the same subjects, because my stuff that I've been collecting for over 7 years now is different in large part than Ron Moorhead's, but we don't have year after year and repeat.
Yeah, but there's some percussive stuff in Ron's recordings also.
Yeah, even though I do believe we're dealing with different beings, I believe they share vocal modalities. So that's just my thinking based on my own observations.
Oh, there. So apparently he's telling telling us that I did send him some of your audio.
Yeah, David and I have a history, and he interviewed me. I think you may have heard that interview once upon a time. It's recorded, so I'm sure he'll share that with you if you have my permission.
For his book.
Oh, I didn't know he was writing a book. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was for the purpose of interviewing me.
I believe so. Yes, there's going to be video in the book that we publish.
Okay. Oh, that's
interviews
fun.
with people. It'll be really cool. Yeah.
Using the QR code.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's such a clever. I love
it. I'm a big fan of that. It's really
all
impressive.
right. So anything else you want to do? But what do you think these teepee structures? Because you've gone to areas and we can show some stills.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, if you want to start throwing some stills up of these structures,
sure.
But what do you think they are?
One of my favorites. I don't know. All I know, and all that I'm comfortable saying, is that these structures are significant in their culture. They do have a culture. I believe they're some ancient sort of people. They do have their own culture, and I think these structures have some significance in that culture. I can't say what the significance is. It could be just, so the youth. I believe these places that I find, and that's half the fun, is finding these places. The other half is going through the audio and such. Oh, great! You got the website up.
Yeah, pulled it off your website here.
Yeah. That teepee right in the middle is the very first teepee I ever bugged.
I can manually go through them here. Slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I can try to at least. Maybe not. Let's try that again. There we go.
Yeah, all of these, I have not recorded there. I've recorded here. That's in Southfield. That's up north. That's up north. That also up north. Same. I'm going back in a couple of weeks. I think maybe it's 10 days now. I'm going to my usual spot, which is in northern Lower Michigan. That's where I get most of my amazing audio. And I find when I record around the suburbs, they are not as vocal with the loud stuff and the conventional speech. They
that
speak
makes
more
sense.
in that. I presume it's because they don't want to be found out. I don't know. Right there, the teacup. You see a little white spot. A couple images back. That was the discovery that motivated.
Too
me.
quick, Jeff.
I'm not. It's like I'm not doing anything. It's
Yeah, it's got its
playing
own motor. And
so I put up the link to that's the website there. If somebody wants to look.
Do you have pictures, Jeff?
No, I just have this from the.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this to stop. There we go.
There we go. So that image right there suggested to me, because I had observed this spot for a few weeks before I noticed that apparently there's a juvenile here playing, and that teacup that was in that setting moved all the time. Every time I was there, went there, it had been in a different place. So I figured, why not start recording there?
What's the average height of these teepees that you find?
Oh, the one you see there in the middle, gosh, that's at least 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
You can stand in it. You can stand up in it. Those two teepees are the same. This one is in Ann Arbor. You can stand in that as well.
I've always thought that they don't go in them. They stand behind them for maybe as a deer blind, or maybe they're cribs for infants.
Or it could be just a diversion for infants, or for the juveniles. I did find in Southfield, there's one video, it's a few years old now. I found some foot tracks. They were inline, little tiny tracks, inline tracks, and I followed them, and it went right through the wall of a teepee. It was super, super cool.
Somebody said, Doug, David goes, Doug, did you see the blue? Was there some blue object in one of your teepees David spotted?
There's
a blue object right there.
There's a gentleman wearing
go back
jacket,
to the bones or the teacup, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. It's just the website cycling through these.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't like to stop.
David, you can be more specific.
Let me try to see if I can pull these out individually here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a few of them up close where we can study them.
I'm still here, just trying to see if I can pull
Do you?
some pictures.
So you're just like me. I mean, you don't have any idea what these are for, what they're using them for. They're obviously not going to shed rain.
Right. But and I have thought, like you mentioned earlier, if they're hunting, it will obscure their profile, right? So
Well,
if they
yeah,
are ambush
because
hunters,
if you set one up, if they set one up by a deer trail, they're going to get used to that object there.
hmm
And all they got to do to hunt deer is stand behind it, and they're just going to ignore it, and they're going to be
yeah,
able to just nab deer when they walk by.
yeah, I think they can be used for that. The first TP that I said I recorded at on January 6th, and I it's difficult to monetize any of this, and I kind of have to because I'm spending a lot of time on it, and I'm actually running out of money, which is okay. I think God has a plan, and this is nothing I ever expected or dreamed about growing up. So, and I think this audio is significant, and I personally believe it verifies many of the narratives of the Old Testament, even the apocryphal texts before we Western religion minimized the text, but it also, supports my notion that this is a supernatural sort of event. People see these beings appear before them as if out of nothing. There's the blue that's Bob Daigle. Bob Daigle is sort of the godfather of Michigan Bigfootery. Good man, and has been studying. He's been a student of this subject for much longer than I have. He actually was instrumental in helping me motivate myself to go out there and actually do the work that I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't figure out a way to get these to stop. I'm just playing
That's
the
okay.
webpage here.
That's fine. You can get out of it, Jeff. I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't let me pull the images off. So, but again, I put there's the website right there. So if you want to go look at his website, there's all
Thank
the
you,
pictures right
Jeff.
there.
Appreciate it.
So do you feel that these creatures are dangerous? Do you feel like you just don't know?
Well, I don't know.
Do
I
you
think
have any rapport with any particular like area where you feel like they come around to
yeah,
with you?
I'm certain they know of me. I shared with you a video of one I captured in the background. It's a 51-second black and white video, Jeff. If you can see that, that would be a good one to
Yeah,
play on the screen.
I
because
can't tell how long they are. All I can see is the date of the videos.
Okay, this would be back in like 2016. It's and you can okay. It's backwards actually the way it's filmed, but that subject back there moving is a subject that I captured on video, and I didn't know I had captured it for 4 months.
It looks
But
like
it
a
was,
Bigfoot. It's got muscles. And
yeah, and it's that particular footage. When you look at it, you can detect the ocular recess, the auricular recess, and as it pivots from right to left, you can see its left arm cast a shadow because it's briefly in my light. I think it was like 0.6 of a second that it was captured in my light. You can see a shadow cast on its buttocks by its left arm as it pivots from the right to the left. It's really fascinating. Not the best quality footage, but there's enough there that shows movement, light, that reveals the shape, revealing the anatomical features that I just described.
All right, I think I got it here. Give me a second.
Someone's asking if I've ever seen an upside down tree. I have not. However, and I think I sent this to you, Doug, some years ago.
yeah, you did.
There's a group. Here it is. I don't. It's not my photo. I don't know who took
That's a
it.
great way to do it. Look at all these
Yeah,
upside down trees.
it's crazy. That's up on Lake Charlevoix. They used to call it the.
Oh, there we got it. We have a video.
Oh,
Here.
great!
one?
Yeah, you'll be able to see it better.
All right,
Your audience.
go ahead
will.
and play this, Jeff.
That's the raw footage there. Subjects in the background. And this was captured after I had a long stare down with eye shine, which I determined in the duration of our, impasse there, that it had to have been one of these beings. It never moved a millimeter for the longest time. We must have stared at each other well over 5 minutes, maybe even over 10 minutes. Because eventually I broke the impasse, grabbed my camera and flashlight, and within the first 30 seconds, I captured this. Nothing else after that. Maybe.
Have you had any kind of sighting, James?
Yeah, I had one. I have you asked about rapport, if I developed any sort of rapport with these. One of the clips I sent you, Jeff, is the encounter of, it was a Monday morning. It was October 24th, 2022. 2 nights after I recorded the Michigan Valley Voices. So I'll play this, and I looped the audio, which is a vocalization from a guy who was less than 4 feet tall. It was 6 a.m. Monday morning. It was raining. I heard this god awful sound. I was in the deepest sleep I had had in three nights. It had been raining. I wasn't sleeping well at all. And this little guy vocalized at me, and it was scary. It was the scariest thing. I thought at first it was a cougar because it sounded to me like a hiss, like a gurgly, gravelly hiss. And here, I'll play this. Got to remember my mic. Pardon my language. So that bothers me a little bit. I was shaken to the core. I waited 2 hours and stayed in my tent until I got a glimmer of light outside. And I, went to the car and made it in town to get a little nourishment, because I decided that was enough. I had had enough. I didn't feel really welcome, having been awakened in that way. And I've got some other audio before and after that. There were multiple subjects around again. They passed through. They just passed through. And this is
So you were in your tent.
Yeah. And I don't tent anymore with a rain fly on anymore, because I do get visitations, and I need, number one, to assess the situation, and I need that 360 sort of. So I just sleep under my the bug screen of my tent, and I have a large tarp over above, and I can get out and walk around and have a little more morning fire. If it's raining, I have my little propane campfire, which is very comforting. Yeah. But I kind of wish I had it going all night, because I needed that sleep that I was denied at 6 a.m. I was enjoying such a deep sleep and then awakened in that way. But that guy I rolled over and I saw him. And when I rolled over and set eyes on him, he had just moved back into a post position, just kind of went and stayed very, very still.
Well, can you describe what you saw exactly?
I saw an upright, humanoid-looking thing. I quickly ruled out cougar. I ruled out deer, especially after, because I saw it and it had stepped back, and I could see not a lot. You can see shades of the figure, right? You could detect enough where it's darker between the arms and the body, and the face was darker. I had no detail of it whatsoever. It was 6 a.m., still dark out. This year, there was still a canopy of leaves above in the trees. So, pretty dark, but enough ambient light that I could detect that it was its shape and its general format. And I extended my arm. I said, well, first I said, hey, and it flinched. And I said, get out of here. And before my arm was fully extended, that thing was gone. I heard maybe the first step. After that, it was nothing. You couldn't hear anything.
And did it leave when you yelled?
Yeah, it did. I said, get out of here. I'm getting the chills thinking about it. And I go back every year with some trepidation, knowing that this kind of stuff happens, and will probably happen again. I'm pretty certain, so long as I have this habit of camping I will have more.
Well, let's talk about this hum.
More.
I want to go back to the hum.
Oh, okay.
that you
I
heard.
actually do know of a clip, and actually you can hear it in that. Jeff, it may have been the first clip we heard, about 2/3 through the middle. I'll put this up with the spectrogram, and I'll indicate where it is. This is called the Hanzo file. And the humming, you'll see on the spectrograph, this amplitude right in there. That is a big, deep hum. It sounds kind of like a spaceship, if you ask me.
Can you play it from your phone?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be awesome.
We've heard that part before. All right, we'll get to the hum, and I'll put it up. Did you hear that?
Yep. It overpowered your mic.
Oh.
I mean, it overpowers whatever you recorded with. You can.
Yeah. That's that hum. I suspect it's a vocal, but it could be something else. Could be a spaceship for all I know.
No, we don't know what it is. But...
No. And you notice down at the bottom, there's an intensified yellowing.
Yeah.
And also sort of a darkening of the spectrogram background noise, or the white noise. It makes that kind of disappear. I have a theory that infrasound is a natural part of their speech. It's a vocal modality, and I think because of the blackening of the background, that if speech has an infrasonic origin, it's employed so that perhaps we can't hear it when they are around. Because I've sensed vocals when, like the 10 minutes that I published, 2 versions of, I've sensed vocals, and you can hear it. It's like a resonance on your eardrums. And at one point, I was zapped, vibratory, very much so. I've experienced the zapping in that encounter, and it was very uncomfortable. It sounded like it's if the white static, the snow on the late night television as we grew up on, right? That if that had a feeling, that's what it felt like, that white static. And it was disorienting. It was uncomfortable. I can't say it hurt, but it was very uncomfortable. But I think it's a normal part of their vocalizations. The Bible once mentions, I think it's Deuteronomy 2, verse 20, a people called the Zamzummim. And Zamzummim is an onomatopoeia for their name, that is a buzzing or humming in Hebrew. So if this buzzing and humming vocal modality is a thing, and it can be, maybe it's attributed to Zamzummim. It's one thought I've had about the nature of these beings. Could they be Zamzummim? Because they buzz and hum.
My older brother James had some kind of weird experience. He used to do solo backpacking up in the Canadian border area, like in the Boundary Waters. He would go with rope, a knife, no water, no food, and he'd be gone for a long time. And he would have these 1 square mile topography maps.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And he would go. He was teaching himself survival.
Awesome.
And he did that for years. And one day he comes back and he's freaked out, like really freaked out. And he wanted to talk to my dad in private. And he literally moved away. He sold his house right away, moved, and joined the Latter-day Saints.
Wow.
Somehow taking his experience as a religious experience in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I think he came face to face with a Bigfoot, because he did describe, I did overhear part of the conversation, and he kept telling my dad how big and dark it was. But
Amazing.
you gotta remember, he had no flashlight. He would go without a flashlight.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine being out in the middle of the forest, and he did not follow trails, he blazed his own trails, and being face to face with some big creature in the middle of the night. And he came back, and he was, a Mensa member. He was just really intelligent, but he just couldn't accept maybe that he just had met accidentally with maybe a Bigfoot. To him, it was a religious experience. Does that make sense?
100%.
And he basically, the Mormon religion filled, the writings and stuff kind of filled the bill for him. And he devoted his life to that church and gave away everything he owned.
Wow.
Gave away all his patents,
He was
everything.
all in. He was
all in because of that
That's
one
a beautiful
experience.
thing. I admire that.
Yeah, well, but kind of like you, I mean, you're looking for, religious tie-ins, and that's great.
I really wasn't looking for religious ties. I had no idea, because I went through this, and just based on my evidence alone, this is the conclusion I've come to. The only thing that makes sense to me is that which we've already been told.
Right.
And we were told about these in the apocryphal texts. I believe they are part of an unseen supernatural.
Well, it would be cool
realm.
if you'd ever want to come back and actually get all that stuff ready and to go through it with us. That would be really interesting.
Well, it's my entire journey that has led me to believe what I do now.
So do you think
It's
they're
only
like
parallel
they're Nephilim, some type of?
I think some could be. I don't know. I don't think, by and large, it's like the beings in the Michigan Valley Voices and that other 35-second clip with the clicking and the vocals and all that. Right. I don't believe they're Nephilim at all.
Well, I'm going to have.
Remember, they were giants and men of renown.
Right.
Really, who have we known in history, men of renown that are Bigfoot? We don't. So the other component of that is actually the sons of God. Then we can get into angelic and demonic discussions. And I think it's all very appropriate until, we don't know. Until we meet our maker, we just don't know. We don't know. But it's just, it's coincidental that my biblical studies over the past 20 some years and my understanding of this phenomenon, it just seems to be such a perfect match. And I think the answers are in there, and I think they can be found.
Well, I find it interesting. Your name's James, and my brother's name was James.
And your contestant earlier was James.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm going to have his son on, I think, on October 22nd.
Great.
And he's an expert in Mormon history, and he is obviously my brother's son. And he's going to give us a lot, he's going to dump a lot of information on us. I will definitely tune in. Yeah, you're going to want to tune into that show, James. Yeah. But I do get it, because we're faced with this creature we haven't really discovered yet, but we have discovered. We know they're there. Well, if you look at the totality of the evidence, it case closed. It's overwhelming. They exist. Yeah, it really is. It's overwhelming. It makes you nod, James. But I do know this, that personally, I've just approached it with a very relaxed attitude of, I don't know anything. That's and I'm not even trying to look for answers, just trying to gather as much evidence as I can and raise the bar and awareness of their existence. Perfect. That's all I'm trying to do. Just raise the bar of their existence and not tell anybody what they are, because I have no idea. Nor do I. It's just what I've been led to believe is, influenced by what I've experienced on my own evidence alone, and what I've read in the Bible. So right. That's just where I am right now. So do you believe that you could get together some, the actual things ready to read, and we could do a show on that? I'm actually sure. And about reading, I need to get off my lazy bum and actually
write. I enjoy writing, but I just haven't done it in a good long time.
No, but if
And
you
I'm
could
lazy.
just gather and make photocopies where you could read or mark a Bible, that would be interesting to do a show on that.
Okay. Yeah.
These
Well, let me
coincidences.
let me sit on that for a while. I've been thinking about doing an angel versus demon kind of thing, because I have things that sound both angelic and demonic. And this is where I'm coming from when I'm saying that I think we're dealing with different beings, a wide spectrum of beings
That could be.
of this nighttime existence. And what does it all mean? I can make a case both ways that they are angelic or demonic.
Yeah.
I can't make a case that there's some reclusive ape out there.
Well, I like your open mind.
You have to be.
Yeah.
And I've been influenced by others when I first got into this. I just really wanted to see one. And when you're going down the rabbit hole, to answer St. Croix, I just do my thing camping. They know I'm poking around their area during the day. When I go back at camp, they come visit.
You don't do wood knocking or anything like that.
I have. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't, but I maybe 3 times in my life, and that was way early.
Okay.
When I discovered this wood knocking, they all sound very crisp and consistent, and not like it didn't sound. They all sound the same. If you're out in the woods, you have a stick and a tree. You really got to have the same stick and the same tree to make that crisp, clear sound. And that's why I think they're vocals. It's like a cluck, one of those, except louder, stronger.
Have you heard the tribes that talk with the clicking and the popping?
I have.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it truly is. And I think you and I could even train ourselves to do that, because these are Homo sapiens sapient, right?
Yeah. Making
these sounds. The other, to the extent that I've recorded the same thing out in the wilderness, they're far too complex. We can't, especially when coupled with conventional speech and other, like the low vocal, weird stuff. When it's all encapsulated together, it's well beyond our ability. And I've always thought, since I got into this, if evolution is a thing, these beings have been around a lot longer than we are, because they never lost their ability to withstand all the climes of the earth, right? All climates of the planet. I believe these beings live in our watersheds. So they're all over the world. And speech follow mimicry. Could be. I don't know.
It's fascinating.
But that also presumes, that we evolved. I'm not sure that we have. The very existence of these beings gives life, and it verifies many of the Old Testament and apocryphal texts, the writings there. So, that's just where I am right now. And part of my ADD, I'm certain I've gone off on a tangent.
Do you feel that you didn't really answer the question on whether you ever
Bring
felt
it back then, please.
that you've ever felt in danger?
Yeah, I did. I mean, the 10 minutes of audio that I published, both clips are titled, they begin with "In Their Midst." One is "Warning, High Strangers, Not for the Faint of Heart," and the other is "In Their Midst," 10 minutes uninterrupted. And that last one I mentioned is the lesser filtered of the two. I published both because in the excessively filtered or modulated clip, you hear things that you cannot hear well or very easily in the less filtered clips. So both clips are educational in that they tell you, that something's going on. One sacrifices some things you heard in the first to the benefit of hearing things in the background that you couldn't hear otherwise. Like on the overmodulated encounter, "In Their Midst," "Warning, High Strangers, Not for the Faint of Heart." In that one, if you go to the 3-minute 30-second mark there, you will hear ebenopsy. Ooh, ah, ah. It's super cool. It's one of my field Yeah, I have not done the EMF meters, Kenny. I've not done that. I'm self-funded, and I'm at the end of my rope with funding this, because I found out that you just go out with an inexperienced or just a cheap recorder, not too cheap. It's about $1.30, $1.50, depending on where you get it.
And what recorder do you use, James?
This is the Olympus DM720.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's small. It's withstood some rain. They're durable. I've been pleased with it. The reason I have this one, number one, Christopher Noel sent me his version of this. I used that for the first time. Then I started buying my own. And hats off to him for encouraging me to, sort of cajoling me actually to get into the recording project. I really didn't want to do it at first because I knew it was going to be a ton of work. And by nature, of course, I'm a guy, I'm lazy, and I've got other things I'd rather be doing, fishing for one.
Say, Jeff, could you send David Ellis a link, join link, just in case he wants to come in?
Can do.
So I'm sure he's just biting his cheek right now. Wanting to come in.
We're going to stoke the fire here a little bit.
Yeah, all right.
Getting a little chilly, Doug?
Yeah. We've never had anybody do the podcast by a fire, have we, Jeff?
Not that I remember. That's pretty cool. I love it.
Oh, well, we love our fires. That should do it. Especially on chilly evenings like this. We're getting down to low 40s, which is nothing for you guys. Jeff, are you also in Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes from Doug. So,
that's great.
I'm from north of here. I'm from pretty close to the Canadian border. So I'm used to long, cold winters.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Makes for stronger men.
Yeah. All right. I just sent a link to David.
All right. So we just sent one to Dave just in case he wants to join.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So where do we go from here? What are your goals? What do you think the rest of the researchers should be doing?
Well, I would love for more people to do what I have done. And I'm happy to help anybody that's interested in doing this kind of project. There are little things you need to be aware of that are easily overlooked when reviewing audio, like little snips, little clicks that may have what I call a harmonic resonant vocal modality. It's quieter than the din of nature, if you will, but you can hear it. And when they are in your presence and they're speaking with one another, you can actually sense it. And that's that resonance that I was experiencing. Totality of the evidence, truly undeniable. Yeah, any court of law would agree with that. But we have science getting in the way of total acceptance of these beings.
Scientists haven't exactly done us any good, have they, yet?
Depends on the
Except
scientist.
Jeff Meldrum.
Depends on the science,
Except Jeff and Vandernagel and Grover, but generally the ones that poo-poo it without looking at the evidence drive me nuts.
Yeah, you have to have an open mind. Dr. Meldrum did, to an extent. I shared some stuff with him. He says, "I'm sorry, I just don't associate with this with Sasquatch vocalizations." I think we need to look beyond that sphere of what we know already, because Ron Moorhead's vocalizations, which most people, that's kind of like the gold standard, accepted gold standards. However, it hasn't been repeated ever, to my knowledge. I've gotten some stuff that sound like his, that's somewhat reminiscent.
Yeah.
But the stuff here in Michigan is really quite different. But I've recorded also in Ohio and, of course, in Richfield, Minnesota, as you know, and the vocal elements.
Could you play the Richfield?
Are there? Oh yeah, sure.
We haven't done that yet. This is Minnesota.
This is cool stuff.
And there is definitely talking.
Gotta go.
The audio actually sounds pretty good coming from your phone.
Oh, good. Glad
Yeah,
to hear
it's
that.
pretty clear.
All right, so I'm going to play the 20-second. This is the Wahit, I think it sounds like. We'll find out here in a sec.
I'd put the mic right up to the base of the phone.
Yeah, I am. See that? It's Wahit or Wakit or something like that. The other one, this is the Nun.
Where's the Richfield?
That was one.
Oh, that was. Okay.
That was. I have two on my phone. I've got other stuff.
Have you ever gotten any prints?
Oh yeah, someone asked. I have recorded prints on video. I have never casted any. Although I have, I forget what the name of it is. It's not traditional plaster. It's the newfangled stuff. I carry it with me just in case I find some. I've found in my 1, 2, 3, 4 times I've found prints that 3 out of the 4 were castable. I just didn't do it. I see them, I marvel at them, and I move on.
And how do you clarify audio? Do you use a certain software?
I'm using the Adobe Audition.
Okay.
And it works for me. I've had to teach myself everything I know, on how to. I could use some help. I'm certain I'm probably limiting my repertoire by my ignorance. I learned to do what I need to do to have an end result that sounds good, and not too muddled or muted through the process. Let's listen to Nun Hussenyat, something like that. Here it is.
Good.
Yeah,
that was real clear.
Yeah, good. Those 2 vocals were captured at what I call the classroom. It was labeled classroom. There was actually a sign on it saying, "This is a classroom. Do not add or take anything away from it." That makes me chuckle because it leads people to believe that the staff there do it. And there are kids that come in here and play, and I saw kids while I was there playing amidst these structures, and their parents are none the wiser. It makes me a little nervous seeing kids there, but knowing what I know, but they're there, and they're right there in front of us. They're on trails, they're just off trails. Sometimes they're deep in the woods.
So what are your thoughts on why the Midwest is so poo-pooed by so many early researchers? I mean, the entire Midwest was just like Peter Byrne. He would just basically, no way they live, east of the Mississippi River. They just don't. And,
well, they do, and they do.
What are your thoughts on that?
In great numbers. Well, it's understandable. Back in the day, we really didn't know much about this phenomenon. What I found, just by my own observation, as well as my own evidence, is you can go into any watershed. I've been in Troy, poking around in certain green spaces, and these green spaces are connected not by a river or stream, but like a drainage ditch. So they move around. I had someone contact me a few months ago. One of my patrons to my spring store. Thank you very much, Jenny, for your purchase. And she saw one in St. Clair Shores. I live in Grosse Pointe, which is at the mouth of the Detroit River. Further up the shore is St. Clair Shores, and she told me she saw one, and I went and looked, and at there are intersections of railways and the drainage ditches that would provide access, easy ingress and egress into St. Clair Shores. You'd never think it, but they, like you and I agree, Doug, they're on the edges.
Yeah.
They really are, and they move. And back to the apocryphal text, First Enoch refers to the two beings, not saying these beings, although I'm thinking they are, these beings as the watchers. And what do these beings do? They watch. They watch us all the time. They observe. And what are they doing with their observations and what they've learned through watching us? Do they get together and have these council meetings? And is God present? Who knows? I don't know. But it seems to be a plausible explanation based on what's available to us now in the apocryphal texts. As well, there are references also.
But how did you avoid my question, James?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ADD.
I was asking you about why the Midwest is a great place. Why is it good habitat?
Yeah, good question.
You went off on some text. By the way, Flat corrected me. Yes, it was west of or east of the Rocky Mountains is what Peter Byrne. He just thought there was no Bigfoots, east of the Rockies. Yeah. And of course, I always thought that was really silly. But he was just dead on that. But then Flat said he loosened up in his later years.
Well, that's good because you have to. If new evidence is brought forward to you, and I'm certain Byrne didn't read Daniel Boone's testimony.
Yeah.
Daniel Boone claims to have shot one in Kentucky or Ohio or wherever he was at the time. They are everywhere.
Yeah, and so they're not rare like people think. I mean, the Midwest, I think, is amazing habitat for these things. We have the hills, we have tons of water, thick forests. Our forests are thick, thick, thick. Mm-hmm. I know there's areas that you go to that would seem more friendly to walking around, and why wouldn't they prefer that also?
Right.
Yeah. I think the deer do. I don't think most animals like to be in the thick, thick crap where you can't even move. I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I mean, you showed an area that was not even far from a playground, that you walked into the forest, deep into the forest there, but the forest was very brush free. Yeah. And there were stick structures like crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like the Southfield, Bowervik Woods Park. Anybody here? I went there Sunday. I had mentioned that earlier, and I went to an area just west of the playground, which had a very high concentration of structures, a new one. And week after week, they would change. I went back Sunday. None were there. There was nothing there, except on a different side of the playground. There was a structure I found. That was one of the 3 new ones that I had found. And I also found a little baby structure. I'll give you a picture of that.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. I agree with you on, you were talking about these baby ones, because many that I found, there's an exact duplicate of the big one, and it's just tiny.
Yeah. And some have central support, others do not. This is actually about a 4.5 foot tall structure.
Yeah.
But just off the playground.
So that's a tiny one.
Yeah. Super tiny. Oh, and I found even smaller ones actually within, like a teepee within a teepee, which also suggests to me that there are juveniles present. If I can quickly grab that, it's a neat little photo. It's here somewhere.
While you,
Yeah,
David
please.
made a comment here. David, I did send it to the right to the other email address, so David is going to join us here.
Great.
I'll bring him on as soon as he checks in.
Okay. I haven't spied it yet. Oh, here it is. So you'll see around up here is the bigger teepee, and there's a little tiny one.
Hold it closer, James. You're pretty far away from your camera. There you go. There we go.
There's a little one. Now, you see a red paint on there?
Yeah.
That I noticed in the valley. that red paint was maybe, I don't know, 5 miles away. You know, the Forest Service, I presume, were marking trees for demolition or whatever. So somehow it was literally miles away. Maybe it's less, but it's a long way off. And it's interesting to see that red paint make its way into, one of these structures to build a little structure.
And do you study the ends, that they're all broken or naturally broken sticks?
I know the litmus test there is if you see saw cuts, that you're going to think they're survival or debris shelter, survival structure. I've witnessed both, and the only way for me to verify is to leave a recorder and see what I get.
Right.
I get verifying vocal elements. I'm going to stick to the story that they made these things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of places I go to, you can't camp in. It's just it very well.
Yeah, but leaving a recorder for a day or two is just a great way to find out if there's activity.
I love it. It's very passive. I call it passive audio observation.
Yeah.
And truly, the longer I do this, I'm developing insights into a culture of an ancient people, or something.
But we still haven't talked to you. Still haven't answered my question about habitat.
Why
do you think the Midwest is so amazing? Why do you think?
Well, I think it's verdant. There's so much agricultural around. The waterways are extensive. It includes the Mississippi, watershed, which is huge. If you look at it on a map, it's covers half the country. And I believe that their survival depends on the waterways, much as ours does. Right?
Hang on one second. Jeff just sent it to his messenger.
I just did. You should be getting any second here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want to live in Michigan, right? or Minnesota? They're very much alike.
So, what do you think the population of these creatures in Michigan?
Millions worldwide.
Just a
Michigan?
Wild guess in Michigan.
Oh,
that includes upper and lower.
It's into the thousands. I would say at least a few thousand in the Upper Peninsula, and probably an equal number of, maybe if not more, in the Lower Peninsula. I once hired Cliff Barrickman. He was here in West Branch doing he was part of a conference up in West Branch. And I hired him the next day on his way to the airport. So I was instrumental in getting him to the airport and picking him up halfway from between here and West Branch. But he estimated that there were probably 200 in Michigan. And I can't believe that, because I find these structures all over the place around our woodlands and watersheds. And when I record, I usually get something. And I can't believe that I'm that lucky if there were only 200 of these beings around the state. Yeah. They're awfully busy making structures, number one. And number two, they're awfully lonely too. And if there were only 200, how could they even survive? You got to repopulate.
An interesting experiment you can do, and I've done this, you take about 7 or 8 sticks and you lay them on the ground, and you come back the next day. Like early in the morning, you come back early in the morning and see if those sticks are back. In almost every case, the sticks have been put back.
That's amazing.
So you can just do that. I mean, I don't think they care. You just pull, some that aren't woven in, put them on the ground, and then go back the next morning and see if they're back in place.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. It changes all the time.
Yeah.
Like the abundance of structures that
well, I know there's some national parks, James, where these structures are driving the Forest Service crazy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've used, a lot of them have rewards to capture the people that are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen on the news where they're just like, what the, and they'll tear them down, and the next day they're all built again.
Yeah.
And they're driving the game wardens or whoever manages the forest crazy.
It's baffling.
Yeah,
it is. It's absolutely baffling, especially if you don't have any knowledge of this subject and its intricacies.
David.
Hey,
David.
guys.
Hello, Mr. Ellis. How are you, sir?
My
Good,
brother
thanks.
David.
How are you?
Good. I'm well,
Hey,
thank
Doug.
you.
Jeff.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be seen.
I figured you were biting your cheek.
It's a long, sad story. I'll call you tomorrow and tell you about over an hour it'll take. I imagine what the heck's going on. But my computer's revolting. So,
Oh no. Oh,
yeah. I've got some workarounds, but that's what I was doing in the background.
You just want to wring the necks of whoever develops these computers because they're so vulnerable to software glitches, viral attacks. And
my main email
just
quit working, and the email that hasn't been working started working.
Well, it's because a lot of times you get all these updates that you don't want.
Yeah, I guess something.
My Mac gets updated. It says, okay, I'm just looking at this things from the last 10 minutes.
Oh no.
2 updates have come in 10 minutes on my Mac computer. And it's like, can you guys just stop?
Yeah.
It works. Leave it alone.
Yeah. I didn't want to go to Windows 11. That's how far behind I was.
I'm still running Windows 10.
Oh,
too.
no, another message. I'm just watching this real time. Please confirm your Mac password to continue using iCloud. I'm not using iCloud, first off. So it's just a constant. Ugh.
Sorry, James. Didn't mean to hijack your.
No. It's the more the merrier.
So okay, so he recorded some percussive type sounds, and we had a hard time playing them, obviously.
Yeah.
But we could hear them.
Well, the one that I did hear was very definitely percussive speech, or what fits the category that I've been following.
Why are they doing it though, David? What are your theories on why do they make these?
Well,
these jerky.
If you caught my comment that in the research that I've done for the book, that the clicking was a precursor to speech for humans as we were developing our speech patterns. So it has an interesting history and a tie to us. And then that was followed up by mimicry. So those are two things that I follow, with Bigfoot. And when I get audio recordings from folks across the country that are similar to what I've recorded.
Okay, so but what do you think? What do you think they're doing? Why are they doing this type of?
Well, like I said, it could be, like I said, a precursor to speech. The first earliest of clicks could be construed as consonants, and some of the huffs and puffs that you hear in the percussive speech would be the vowels. So, and I don't know. Have you heard the tilde cut that I have? She's a orangutan in a German zoo.
Oh, I have. Yeah. We talked about this a while ago.
Right. Yeah. I think we've even played it, but she definitely uses percussive speech. So that's kind of why I hang my hat on it, that it's a primate thing.
Gotcha.
And the fascinating part is it's the beginning stages of speech, proto-speech, if you will.
Well, what did you think of James' recordings? I think I sent them. I don't even remember. It was a little while ago.
Oh, yeah. No, that's why I wanted to sit down with James and do a recording of, what he's been doing and how he's captured it. And it's a great story. We should let him tell it. He's sitting right here.
Well,
I just done kids in the woods. Just wanted to see Bigfoot. That's how I got started.
Would you please interview him, David?
Yeah,
please.
Talking about clicks and clacks, I have a 12-second clip here. It was captured the same night as the Hanzo footage. That's the footage, the audio that was overlaid on the video of my walking through that wallow. I'd like to play that now because it has some clacks in it.
Okay.
And clacks, but it also has conventional speech and some of the weird, more esoteric stuff. Hear that? Play it one more time. So before that, Target Shock Doll, you have that clicking, clacking.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bizarre.
So
that sounds like one of my recordings. I mean, you could put them back to back, and you could.
I love it.
And where was yours recorded, David? Washington?
Yeah, in the Cascade Mountains, in the Bumping Lake area.
Well, the good news, David, your mic sounds so superb.
Oh, good. Yeah. I wonder who got that. It just showed up on my doorstep one day, I think, when somebody was frustrated with my.
Weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Crap happens around here.
Yeah.
So, James, when you hear these crazy, it's like violent talking.
That was, yeah.
It is. It's like, it's so otherworldly, though, David.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And what's really weird is that my recording happened in 2007. When did you record yours, James?
The most recent one that was
one
2020.
you just played.
That was 2020, August 11th, 2020.
And they're almost identical. So
Amazing.
Here we got something in Michigan that makes sounds like that. And I've got something recorded here in Washington State.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You say bumping?
15 years prior to this.
Wow.
Is there a way you can play? God, we should have these probably on hand for audiences, because he says he's heard this hum.
Yeah, I heard what James played. That would be a variation on what we're kind of following, Doug, which is sounds more like a hummingbird.
Have you ever heard this hummingbird sound, James?
I've heard short bits of hummingbird hums. I once recorded. Usually, I'm recording on VCVA, the voice activated mode, but I didn't change the setting, and I ended up recording 13 straight hours, and it was like, oh God! I'm glad I did it, although it was painful getting through. I'm glad I did it because in that footage, I have one of those little buzzing humming. It was like, yeah, it's just so amazing. It does. It sounds exactly like a hummingbird. This is night. I'm pretty sure the hummingbirds aren't out at night. I don't know for sure, but I know they're active at dawn and dusk. But yeah, that's a component. It's just one of the vocal expressions or modalities, if you will, that they know how to use, of course. And it's interesting, like with this past example, you have both the conventional speech and that clicky clucky stuff in there with it.
Yeah, I think, and just subjective opinion, that some of the hums go below our hearing, which goes into infrasound, which can
doubt about it,
have certain effects on people, and some of those can be calming, which is interesting that they might want to calm us down because we might not be reacting the way that they want us to react, I guess.
Yeah, there's been a number of studies lately on the effects of humming on dopamine and serotonin and all sorts of good health effects.
There was a recording that Paul Graves sent to me. They had an interesting situation a couple of years ago that they recorded. Something came in the camp and just created all kinds of havoc, and they got it recorded. I've got a clip of that. But about 10 minutes later, there is that hummingbird buzz sound that is very definitely heard. And Paul noticed that. He hadn't heard about the hum. And when I told him that it's a sound that we're following, he got really interested. And he's the one that found that article about Mrs. Caulfield in British Columbia that was washing her clothes at a river. She heard a hummingbird sound. She looked up, looking for the hummingbird, and there stood a Sasquatch making this buzzing sound. So we had a physical tie to it. But what's interesting about Paul's case is that he told me that he went right back to sleep after this huge ruckus in the tent camping area that should have kept him awake all night. But he said he fell into the deepest sleep that he had in a long, long time. So he kind of attributed it to that buzzing sound, or thought it could be a possibility. And that's when I kind of came up with the idea that probably slipped into the infrasound range and had some sort of effect. Like you said, Doug, the serotonin and the dopamine can be heightened, which would create that very relaxed sensation.
Very interesting. Do you disagree, David, that there's probably thousands in some of the states, like your state? Michigan is a great example of a very wooded state, very heavily forested, on thousands.
I would say yes. But what's interesting that I just came across the other day, that just blew my mind. There's a process called fit coal, which I hadn't heard of it either before, but it has something to do with the process of analyzing genetics going back into history. And this study found through 3,500 people that they analyzed, that their DNA had a bottleneck, and that bottleneck happened around 900,000 years ago, and our human population dwindled down to 1,200 people or humans.
Wow. About that.
Or what?
Are you talking worldwide?
Yeah.
Yeah, we almost went extinct. I know what he's talking about. Amazing.
Not only did we go down to 1,200, what do you want to call it, people, but that whole period lasted 100,000 years. So for 100,000 years, there was only like 1,200 humans on the planet.
Wow. I have more people than that in my yard.
Yeah. Well, then I looked up, that got me curious. How many gorillas are there in existence? 100,000.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really crazy to think about it.
You think about gorillas, which are the western and the eastern gorilla are on the endangered watch list. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right, Jeff. We almost went poof.
Yeah, it's an incredible story. It's worth looking into. I know exactly what you're talking about. I read that too. It's shocking we made it.
Yeah, yeah. For 100,000 years, we just plunked along at 1,200 of us, and then all of a sudden something happened, and we took off again.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you relate that to Bigfoot when people say there can only be so many, and you go, well, that's not enough. They'll go extinct if that's all there is. If we can survive with 1,200 of us.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Well, did they all look like us, or were there Asians, black people?
They were Homo heidelbergensis. So, yeah, they kind of look like us. But we evolved from that line. From that evolved into Denisovan and then Neanderthals.
So fairly recent, not too archaic, but not quite modern humans.
Right. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So
St. Croix Valley Sasquatch wants to talk about Dogman.
I've not had the experience with the Dogman that I know of, although I do believe I may have recorded some.
James, what makes you kind of come to that conclusion rather than Sasquatch?
the nature of the vocalizations.
As canine.
I believe they both. Well, I know that one speaks. I don't know about the dogman. I suspect that they do speak. I hope never to have an experience with a dogman. They sound absolutely terrifying to me, and I've already been through enough terrifying moments, you know, with the Bigfoot Sasquatch, right? So. I don't know. I do believe that I've recorded some, and that most recent vocals that I just played, that could be Dogman. As a matter of fact, that night the Hanzo file was captured as well, and you hear
what is the Hanzo file?
The Hanzo was the audio overlaid on the video that I'm walking through the wall.
Okay. Gotcha.
And in that, you hear barking. You hear one of these subjects bark loudly as it moves off. You can tell that its proximity.
Well, let's talk about that, because
like
don't these creatures kind of do that kind of a bark growl, kind of a, you know, that, David? What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that what people have recorded and sent me is a possible Dogman. I've got roars and short vocals that are kind of gruff, but I don't know. I'm interested in the Dogman mostly because of there's history and stuff through coming up the Mississippi River as it flows north. I think a lot of the sightings are off of tributaries that feed into the Mississippi. So I think that there is something there, whether it's mythological or shape-shifting. God, I hope not.
Well,
I'm kind of with James.
If they are part of the,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, if they are part of the unseen realm, the supernatural existence, that very well could be, and our worst fears are realized. You know, I don't know. I haven't had a direct experience like that. I do have another example. Go ahead, Jeff, please.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm with you that I don't want to see one. I think pretty universal. Anyone that's had an experience with Dogman, it was not a pleasant, friendly,
right,
peaceful experience. They kind of left. I've talked. You know, I'm not as interested in Dogman, but the people I've talked to that are true believers, it terrified them pretty much universally. It scared the heck out of them. So yeah, I don't. Yeah. I kind of want no part of that.
Yeah, it is scary stuff. I mean, even when you're looking at a 4-foot little Sasquatch or Sabe, that was terrifying.
Yeah,
you know, not looking at it, but knowing that it's capable of vocalizing in the way that it did.
I just interviewed
a guy enough to go right up to my head and utter that.
I just interviewed a guy who's going to come on just to tell his story. And then we've got Tex Wesson on, which brings me to a point. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we're going to be moving Untold Radio AM at least temporarily to Sunday night. And it's probably, 7 o'clock still?
Sure, yep.
Yep. And so we've got to work around Jeff's job. We love Jeff. We want to keep Jeff. Well, so we're just going to switch to Sunday. I don't know if that's going to bother any of our normal listeners to switch.
Well, you can still watch it on Wednesday, just not live.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your comments in chat. If you guys could just put a quick comment down whether that'll bother you, whether we move to Sunday or not, be great to hear. Might be better for you.
Hope so.
We don't know. But if you could do that, that'd be great. Just go ahead and throw it in chat. What you guys think about Sunday evening at 7 o'clock.
I have a little clip I want to share with you.
Yeah,
especially
please.
Off the heels of the last clip we heard, which we all agree is disturbing and kind of scary.
Yep.
This is another setting where there are more than one individual, and this is also another example of the conventional speech with the melodic clicking and clucking that we hear. And I'll play it a couple times. It's a short one. That's a theme. That's a fatigue. That's the melodic clicking and clucking. So I have a hard time believing that those beings uttering these sounds are the same as the scary beings up in the UP. They just seem so different to me, and that's why I believe that I may have recorded Dogman as well. They're just different, even though they share similar vocal modalities or the ability to speak with these clicks and clucks and
Well, isn't that percussive speech, David? That's
Yes.
what he just played.
Yes, that's what I call percussive.
Are there words in there, David? In
Well,
your
if you slow
analysis?
it down, you might be able to hear a lot more. Just like in the Sierra sounds, if you slow them down, and like what we did with your audio, when we slowed it down, we could hear speech. Do you remember that? The Snell Grove?
Yeah, right.
I'd love to hear that. I'm
Yeah, we
familiar with the
recorded.
Snowbird
I can
story.
play you speech we recorded. That's pretty clear up at
Yeah.
Snell. And the story is we put a bunch of cameras out. They were wireless. They were hidden. They even were covered with Vex cloth. We hid them where we couldn't even find them anymore. And we brought up Starlink, put that on the porch of the cabin so we could monitor the cameras live. And then I don't know what day it was, but I started noticing rocks were getting thrown at the cameras. So I'd hear a click, then another click on another one. I thought, what the hell is going on? And then there was another click, another camera. So it was like it was telling us it knew where our cameras were. And then this happened. Let me play this here. Snell Grove talking. Here we go. So I'll play this. And this is extremely clear. It's almost so clear it freaked us out, but we don't know what it's saying.
All right, so listen. All right, so listen.
That voice came over the camera live.
Wow.
It freaked us out and got recorded, thank God. But that was it.
So listen.
So is that?
All right, so listen.
It sounds like it's saying, I'll talk with you. That's what it sounds like. But it's
It
not
does.
what it says.
All right, so listen.
You guys can hear that?
That's amazing.
But what did that mean? What was it? Because it was really close to our camera. So I have no idea. David, your thoughts?
Well, I think you just said that everybody was accounted for. So
Oh, yeah. It wasn't
that's
us.
either a ghost or a Sasquatch.
It's either a ghost or something.
Take your pick.
Yeah. Well, it does have that same deep kind of Native American kind of pitch to it and cadence to the sound. But it's just so weird. I mean, that haunts me.
Yeah, what interested me was it's what I thought I heard at regular speed became much different when it was slowed down. I heard a lot more in it than I hear at the normal speed. So yeah, sometime we ought to have a comparison of normal speed versus slowed down, so that other people can hear it. You hear more vowels and consonants.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can, I can't prove anything. We didn't see what made it, so we
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an EVP. We heard it live. I mean, it was loud and clear. It came across my phone and everybody's phone, loud. And there's no radio waves up there. There's nothing. Even Adam did a complete spectrum check on every radio wave. There isn't any signals up there for radios. It's just nothing. So
Was this one of the recorders that got plunked?
recorders?
One of the recorders that got
There was
plunked.
no, this was not a recorder. It came through our camera and then it went into the
Oh.
cloud.
Oh,
There's a mic on each camera.
I get it now.
Yeah, so it must have been pretty close to a camera when it did that,
Yeah.
because it had just something had thrown rocks at all of our cameras, and then that happened. So you can say it's a spirit. Well, then a spirit threw rocks at all of our cameras too.
Yeah.
And it's too many coincidences. So I don't know. Who knows? It's fascinating though. I we didn't get a lot of good feedback on Sunday night, Jeff.
Yeah.
People are like,
I'm
NFL, they're gonna ruin my life.
Well, you can still watch it on Wednesday. You just can't watch it live, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I tried a bunch of workarounds, and I got to work on a new career here, and I can't make Wednesdays work for the time being. I'm hoping that hopefully that will change.
Yeah.
For too long, but for the time being, I just can't guarantee I'll be home in time.
It stinks.
Wednesday to do a good job.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. Anyhow, back to Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Bigfoot. That's right.
Whatever they are. I'm reminded. I was this April. I was with the Small Town Monsters crew.
Yeah.
After I had a recorder going at the mouth of my tent. We were at least 20 feet away afterwards, just doing some small talk. And it was after I had played the gunshot vocal salvo with them. I captured a vocal on my recorder, which is 20 feet from us at the mouth of my tent. And we saw nothing. This is about 1:30 in the afternoon. I'd like to play that for if you're okay. You hear our chatter, and then you hear a vocalization. Sounds like a youthful vocal voice. It's not scary. It's simply trifwa. And when I analyze that audio, and David, I can send this to you. You can do your analysis. I'll send the raw clip to you. When you do the analysis, other vocalizations are present. So it makes you wonder. I'm reminded of Barb Shoup's capturing of the cloaked. People refer to it as the cloaked Bigfoot. I've studied that. It looks legit to me. And I'm wondering if they do have that ability. If we had a voice to put with that, this might be it. Okay, here it comes.
Same valley, different years.
I'm going to check on these guys.
Trifwa.
I'm going to check on these guys.
Crazy. We didn't see a thing.
Okay, no, I heard a woman talking.
Yeah.
Well, that's in the background. That's us in the background.
Okay, I'm confused.
I'll play the full clip, and this is Steph, myself, and Courtney Breedlove, Seth's wife. Small talk after having listened to the salvo clip. Here's the whole thing.
It's a thing that we reoccurred. Was it the same location?
Oh, it reoccurs.
Oh, interesting.
It reoccurs. Same valley, different years.
I'm going to check on these guys and see if they want to get out.
It's all right. Yeah.
So that trifwa was captured while we were there. It was clearly close to the recorder, and you can actually hear steps walking away from the recorder in close proximity after the trifwa vocal. Blows my mind to think that we were not alone. And they could be just so stealthy that, they're good at what they do and we just never caught them. Or they could have an ability to cloak, if you will.
Well, what I find interesting is that we have known human subjects talking in the background. So when analyzing this on a spectrogram, we'll see the human characteristics that were captured in this recording, and then compare it to that trifwa sound. And if the spectrogram kind of lines up, then I might fall into the camp of what am I thinking of? There's a term for it when you hear a voice and it's
the ESV EVP, electronic voice phenomenon.
Right. Were you anywhere near a cemetery?
No, we were in my campsite.
Okay.
In the woods.
Not a cemetery.
No. I mean, there could be burial spots there. Don't know, but they've long ago been grown over.
Well, what's curious,
a river.
What's also curious is that it is very clear, very close.
Yeah.
and nobody saw anything. Can you describe the situation how far was the tree line from where you were? Was it real close, or could something
Pretty
have
close.
gotten
I mean,
close?
yes, possibly, but we were none the wiser. It's
Right.
it's bizarre. It's beyond my ability to explain. When I heard that, I'm thinking, holy cow, is this the audio equivalent to Barb's, cloaked Bigfoot video footage? And I just wondered. I did a video on it not too long ago, just wondering if that subject in her video footage had a voice. Might it sound like this? Maybe.
Mhm.
Just putting it out there. When I cleaned up that audience and got rid of the white noise, the din of our surroundings, there are other vocal signatures, and which I put into the category of the verifying vocal elements that I look for. Very esoteric, but they're present.
Right.
Do you believe in EVPs, David?
I don't know. It's kind of like, do you believe in ghosts? I don't
I
know.
mean, have you? Let me reword that. Have you analyzed some EVPs?
Well, I have looked at some that people have sent me and whatnot, but
don't mind me, guys. I'm just
No, we're not minding you.
good.
It's hard to say because for me, I have a personal issue of of mishearing, where other people have really good speech pattern hearing, and they'll hear something completely different than what I think I hear. So,
but do you think they're it's a real phenomena?
It's possible. The EVP that I did see, or that people were telling me they thought they could be, had a different signature in a spectrogram than a person did.
Well, isn't that you don't even have your recorder?
You don't
going?
even hear it. Yeah, you have your recorder going.
Well, see,
typically not heard, and then when you re-listen to the audio, there it is.
Well, we didn't. That wasn't an EVP because we heard it live.
Okay, all right.
EVP. We're just we're hearing it live. You should have seen everybody's face.
Right.
It wasn't a recording. Then we checked, and yes, we did have the recording, but we heard that live coming through one of the cameras.
That's not a true EVP.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I'm just I'm looking at all these questions. Have you seen orbs and UFOs, James?
I never have.
Never. Okay.
I'd love to see them. I'd love, especially the orb phenomenon. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to go. I'm in the woods, and I go to bed early. I really do. When it gets dark and it starts to get chilly, I just go to bed, even if it's 8 o'clock at night.
Well, that's possible because when you're not up late,
yeah,
if you're not looking for them, you're not going to see them.
Yeah, I did get up once in the middle of the night. It was, what day was it? I want to say May 12th. It was brilliant. I had awakened, and I was looking out about 30 feet from my tent. Looked like a shape of a Sasquatch. It was at least 9 foot tall. I was thinking 12 originally, but middle of the night I go up to pee and I'm looking at it, and I do my business and go back to bed. It's still there. I convinced myself that it's like an arborvitae in the woods that I just didn't remember. So kind of rationalize it out of my mind. Right. In the morning, it was gone.
So the cedar tree was gone.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was bizarre. And the next night, the cool thing about this, it was backlit, and you could see its silhouette by a backlit moon. It was backlit by the moon, a near full moon. It was pretty awesome. And it was not there the next night.
Sounds like a Bobo story.
It was wild. But I thought it was peaceful. It wasn't a scary thing. That little guy that woke me up, that was scary.
Did I ever tell you the story where the last time I went camping with Adam, the middle of the night he wakes me up and he says, "You got to see this outside." And so I go outside and there's I don't know what I saw. It was just like orbs, like hundreds of them up in the sky. And they were all moving, and it was nuts, like hundreds and hundreds. And Adam just starts walking into the forest in his underwear.
Oh, no.
Like he just leaves. He doesn't say anything. He's like he's in a trance. And he just starts walking deeper and deeper into the forest. And it's like 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm like, I better go get him. So I go get him and kind of like wake him up. And then we watched this crazy phenomena. And then neither of us remember what happened after that. I have no memories. I don't have any. Like, I don't remember going back to bed. I don't remember anything. But it was weird. That's Adam walking in the woods in his underwear was something I don't want to relive.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I've heard a Sasquatch Chronicles interview. The subject felt warmth, and he started shedding his clothes and walking toward the woods. And a friend of his was with him. They're like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
And the title of that video, I think, is like "The Sound of Many Waters" or "The Voice of Many Waters," because he said it sounded like water. It sounded like a trickling water, and he was just drawn to it. And it's weird. It's much like the vocalization. You have this watery, melodic stuff going on, and what is that? There's a river nearby, but you can't hear the river where I place this recorder. You get these watery sound effects. You just
watery sounds, David. Is that ringing a bell?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you want to share?
No, it's just one of the things that I usually, because it's distracting from the sound that I want to hear, where I put that in the background or eliminate it. So
a lot of bizarre stuff.
It's if it's not pertinent to the sound that I'm interested in, I usually diminish it. So, but you asked me if I heard it. I've heard it. Yeah.
So you have watery. How do you describe a watery sound? That's interesting.
There is one particular recorder, a Tascam 5, I think it is, that is, I don't want to say it's the worst, but it seems to capture it the most. And it's distracting, almost like, it's a bad background noise.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, people don't want to hear that noise. They want to hear the other thing.
Yeah.
So, but to what James is talking about, it's can be there.
I'd like to play something for you guys. It's a short clip. I'd like to hear what you think it sounds like, because I know what I think it sounds like, and I'll let it play over. Hear that? So there's that watery sound, number one.
Right.
There's the vocal. Pardon me. Does anybody hear what I'm hearing? I'm hearing.
Well, obviously it's a little more distorted, doing it the way we're doing it, but I hear it very similar to all this percussive speech.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning,
do you hear words or something at the beginning? I don't hear. If there's a voice, I miss it.
There is a voice. It's a whispery voice. It sounds to me like helicopters. Now, having said that, see if you can hear this. Oop. See if we can hear the same thing. Right there.
I'm just hearing more of this like mouth pops.
Yeah, it sounds like mouth pops and tongue clicks
mouth pops.
Yeah. There is a bit of that in there, but anyway, I hear helicopters at the beginning. There's some other weird stuff in there. That's
one thing I will give you credit for, James, if you're hearing things that we don't, is that when you listen to a recording 100 times, you're going to hear 10 times more than what we hear. Just
100%. Yeah,
three times.
I'm not
through.
offended that you're not hearing what I hear. Like the
So
modality.
we're not saying that what you're hearing isn't there. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, thank you, and I'm comforted by that, as knowing you don't think I'm too crazy.
No, I agree.
I'm just crazy enough.
Yeah, nobody heard helicopters. It just, we're not getting all of the.
If you go to on my YouTube channel, there's a video called Voices from the Depths of the Woods, and this was captured October 23rd, 2019, October 23rd, and you can hear almost 4 minutes of what I captured that night. That helicopters toward the beginning, the FFFeem, SFATIF we heard earlier, coupled with the melodic clicking and clucking, that is also there. In the middle of it, you'll hear, actually there's a voice that sounds like I had an ascension, which is really very weird, especially given the fact that at the same TP, different year, I've recorded chanting. It sounds like Benedictine monks, and all from that one TP. It's bizarre. Just to add to the confusion about the nature of this phenomenon.
It goes on and on. Well, what time we got? We're going to wrap it up here.
We're at 3 hours here.
Yeah.
Oh, are we really? It goes by quickly, I tell you.
It goes by
Thank you so
fast.
much for letting me talk about this stuff.
No, it's just great to have you on, James.
Yeah,
I love your demeanor about everything. You're just so cool and laid back, and
well, thanks. Behind all
Doug
that
said,
is chaos and madness. So
you're a pleasure to have on.
well, thank
And
you.
David,
Thank you for the invite.
thank you for jumping in.
Yeah.
Good to be reunited.
If I could say, James, I agree with, as Doug said, you've got a great voice. So that does.
Thank you. Face for radio.
Pleasant.
No, you look good there, James. Trust me, you're looking good.
I appreciate it here. I
Sound
just
good,
appreciate hearing a
looking
good voice
good.
on this stuff. It's great.
I would definitely go invest in a new microphone, though. If you're going to do podcasting,
yes, you're correct. I
get
do
up.
need to.
Look, I'm going to give you a tip of the day. Audio Pro, they have a camera or a condenser mic now, just like the one I'm using. They're $30.
Really?
And they're really
Is
good.
this what you're wearing, David?
Yep.
Okay, Audio Pro. All right. Right
Audio
on.
Pro, they're $30. If you're going to
And
do
then-
podcasting, it really pays to get a good mic.
Well, thank you for
It
that.
helps. It helps. Oh, it'll
Right.
make you sound like a radio pro.
Yeah.
And Caillou goes, Doug, send him a mic.
Yeah, I hear you're giving them for free. They just show
It
up on
could
your
happen.
doorstep.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. All right, but just stay with us. We're just going to do our quick
Yeah, right on.
wisdom of the week here.
Great. I'm just grateful
We'll be
and to
right
your
back.
audience. Peace be with you. I'm
Yep.
grateful to have
Yeah,
been your
just
guest this evening.
Hang tight. We'll be right back. Don't
Right
go
on.
anywhere.
Thank you.
It's now time for Untold Radio AM Wisdom of the Week. Remember, life doesn't always give answers. It gives patterns. When you start to notice them, understanding will begin. Life teaches through repetition. The same lessons return in new forms until we finally grow enough to notice them. Good night. We hope to see you all next week. If you like the show tonight, please consider giving us a thumbs up, leaving a nice comment, and most of all, subscribing and hitting the bell so you will be notified when a new episode is dropping. Also, please share this episode. Now back to Doug and Jeff for our wrap.
And we are back.
Yep.
So this coming Wednesday, we probably won't have a show, correct, Jeff? It'll
Correct.
be on the Sunday, the following.
Same time, but starting on Sunday.
Although I might feel guilty and just come on all by myself, just to whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But we really thank everybody, especially
Thank
in
you.
chat and all the moderators. Thank you much, Amy. By the way, she had a really cool comment on DNA, which
Yes.
I just didn't see it.
Yep.
Sorry about that, Amy. But anyhow, thanks, David. Thanks, James.
Thank you so much, guys.
And we'll
Appreciate
get
it.
you back, and we'll talk to you all soon. Good night, guys.
All right.
folks.
Good night.
Adios.
I call you up in the middle of the night. Been bothered by dreams, ain't feeling alright. You give me comfort, say just give it some time. By the end of our